I mean, we have people working production for the sporting games. We have people on air. We have people writing. We have people tweeting. We have people that take pictures. We have, it seems like everything. People take video. We make packages. It's like we cover everything within this one organization. And so it takes a lot of people to do, but we have the people to do it, which is awesome.
Big whack. Brian Parsons! For Parsons a drive, you betcha! Brian Parsons unleashes a cannon!
Let's start a riot, let's start a riot.
Kale Dolinsky finds some room. He walks into the back end and scores! Kale Dolinsky, perfection. But not enough there for McGinty. Put it moving out. Collins with daylight, a shot. Stopped by Ward. Rebound still loose. As Ward doesn't know where the puck is, now comes back out, top of the circle, Sean Ritchie sets up Blomgren, his wrist shot up high, he scores! Brett Blomgren doesn't get much sweeter than that, as they say right where mama put the cookies. And a takeaway chance, Fez Khan, he scores! Fez Khan, the freshman with the dandy. The freshman stepping up in the spotlight for ASU, he scores! Steven Collins wins it, and the undefeated streak remains for ASU. Holy cow! What a wicked wrist shot!
A couple years back when I came here as a freshman, I didn't have those opportunities. I had to fight for every opportunity I got. So I want to make more opportunities available in the future so that long after I'm gone, this freshman class and the underclassmen realize that this is their thing too. This is very much their organization, and they could play a big role in this if they want to.
Now you guys only have a 2-goal lead. What's going to be key in this third period to come out with the win?
I think it's just going to be sticking to our game. I mean, I think a lot of us are just a little rattled that we're a little too close to this. So I think just playing our game and sticking to the fundamentals and just keep quacking real hard out there. I think we'll get the W.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Back to you guys.
ASU had this game circled on their calendar from the beginning. This was the team they had to beat this season. They had to get redemption.
They're a young team on the road. They're got to be a little bit tired. Austin mentioned it. That's why maybe the Sun Devils have been dominating the final 5 minutes of all the periods thus far. But a tired team on the road, down 1 goal. I feel like if their coach right now, Zombo, is saying you got to play physical because that's the only way they can get ASU off of their game.
Robbie Baker, Austin Controlis, I'm Nick Merrick, but don't go away just yet.
With a wake-up call for Arizona State University and a momentum shift to Eastern Michigan, the second period should go pretty well. Closing out, I'm Allison Cummings with Julian Lopez, Adriana Torres. Enjoy the game.
Good evening, hockey fans. Live from Tempe, Arizona at Oceanside Arena. I'm Arjot, joined by Adriana Torres and Josh Franz.
I'm Adriana for Josh and Carrie.
I'm Carrie Crowley alongside Allison Cummings and Josh Franz.
I'm Adriana Torres along with Meg and Josh.
For Richard Flores and Julian Lopez, I'm Josh Franz.
Now looking at it, it's been a group of us students and a bunch of people I call my friends who started this Walter Cronkite Sports Network, and we're just really dedicated sports journalists who want to do the best we can for ASU and put the best light on sports journalism possible, because when I came in here, sports really wasn't even in the foreground.
It's going to be hit in the air to deep right field. It's going. It's going to be going out of the park. Abe Ruiz has a solo home run, and the Sun Devils are on the board.
Wow. That may have caused a traffic accident.
Trigg sets and fires. Reese swings, and it's going the opposite way into the left center field gap. Applin's coming home. DeMichael's rounding second. He'll round third, though. Wave him in. Abe Ruiz looks content with a double. DeMichael scores, and it's a 2-run double for Abe Ruiz.
And here we go from Marrero, carrying way out to left field. Will it make it? Yes! It's into the orange trees, folks. That's a home run from Devin Marrero, and that is how you pad your lead.
We're writing every ASU sport that there basically is. I mean, I meet students every day because our organization has grown so much, and I ask them what they do, and they say they write for Cronkite Sports, so they're part of Walter Cronkite Sports Network, and there's so many now that it's like, wow, I didn't even know that. That's great, and that's a great feeling because that means we've built something that freshmen can use, sophomore can use, everyone's getting experience, and that's what we want.
A nice block there from Paszynski. He was a blocking machine last year, hoping to get that going again. Felix on the other end drives inside through a crowd and gets it to go. Gordon driving it inside, finds Carson in the far corner, who gets the shot to go. Bruce Lampative now trying to dunk it from down low after a huge pass down the length of the court, and a drive there from Gordon, and suddenly this is a game. Gilling now sending a deep pass to Felix, who drives inside, gets up high, and draws the foul. What a dunk right there.
Comes out of the pipes to play. What a pass back for Holster with a back-end scores! ASU goes tic-tac-toe, number 4. Unbelievable feed. Oster tag to Holstrom.
Hello and welcome into Oceanside Ice Arena. I'm Allison Cummings here alongside Richie Flores, and boy do we have a treat for you here today. The number 5 Oklahoma Sooners came to Tempe to play Arizona State University, and you know, Richie, last time they played each other in Oklahoma, it was incredibly close. The Sooners dominated the majority of the game, and then in the last minute, Jordan Young topped the goal, and then in overtime, Captain Canada, Captain Overtime, Colin had to score in the last 10 seconds. So what do you expect here today?
I don't know if that first game really didn't pick them over here here tonight. Teams have so much effort back there. Number 1, they shoot right back here and all that. They've got a very impressive performance last night, getting those 12 goals against a top 15 team, which is so good. And on top of that, Oklahoma's coming off a big loss on the road down in Tucson to the University of the Wildcats. So to me, it's going to be a very interesting top 5 matchup.
Defensive battle coming in. These two teams are the top 2 defensive teams in the entire ACHA. Both of these goaltenders, goals against averages under 2. Robert Levin, 0.94 goals against average. So he's the best goaltender in the league. And I think that's what's going to come down to here tonight is the goaltending.
And you mentioned Levin. Right below Levin on the ACHA board is actually Joe D'Elia. So the top 2 goaltenders in the nation belong to Arizona State. Let's talk now about the Oklahoma Sooners. The lone goal for the Sooners last time they faced it was Joe Adams, a defenseman. He is currently 3-6, 3 goals and 6 assists on the season. So anyone can really score for the Sooners. They have really high momentum. Coach Powers said that they believe that was their game to win. They're going to come in here thinking that and having confidence. And then there's some more changes on the Arizona State line today. Brett Blumgren out for what I believe is a minor injury, but not exactly positive. The Minnesota native Troy Hoban will be in here tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But what does the Oklahoma Sooners have to do to dethrone the number 1 team?
I think what I'm looking for them to do is they got to come off to a hot start. Arizona State, after a big game last night, they got to be careful not to have a letdown here over the next 60 minutes because they got to be high on themselves after that big victory last night, and they got to be knowing that Oklahoma lost last night, so they're feeling good. So if Oklahoma can come in and disrupt that and really come out in the first 10 minutes of the game and dominate offensively, get in on that forecheck, get some shots on Robert Levin. He only saw 21 shots on goal last night, so he didn't see a lot of work. If Robert Levin can work in this game, that's how Oklahoma is going to end up winning it.
And overall, it's a story of momentum and confidence. Teams of this caliber, it's going to come down to that. Just one mistake could be the difference. But the game's going to start here now. The puck will drop in a couple minutes. So for Richard Flores, I'm Allison Cummings. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it.
Arizona State, home to some of the brightest, boldest, and best journalism students in the country. At the Cronkite School, well, there's not much more you could ask for. Yet one thing has been missing, until now. Months of preparation have a group of students on the brink of something big. They're taking sports, and they're doing them in a way that haven't been done here before. Live. This January, Cronkite Sports Live hits the airwaves. You're gonna want to see this.
How do we rise to the challenges before us? Arizona State University.
Is the past, you know? It's a new day, bro. My day. You gotta do it now.
Power play goal, and who else? The captain. 3 seconds almost here. Colin Heckel is going to get a shorthanded chance of his own. Captain Canada steps in. He scores! Colin Heckel with another shorthanded goal this season. Colin Heckel bursts into the zone. Cuts away. Center scores! Colin Heckel. Ball turnover. Dolinsky has some room. He scores! Top shelf. Young launch when he scores! Jordan Young, just like that. The cannon. Pass, McAuliffe had the rush. Now gives it back to Linsky. McAuliffe, the shot, he scores! Danny McAuliffe. What a beautiful night for hockey it is. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, here at Oceanside Arena, home of the Arizona State University Sun Devils, as they take on the Sooners of the mighty Oklahoma. My name is Adam Waltz. Alongside me on the call, Richie Flores.
Hey everybody, if you can hear me, I hope so. I hope you can.
We're getting a little delay here at the start of the game. Some of the panels behind ASU's net came loose. They're fixing it. There was a horrible screeching sound earlier, so we'll run through the starting lineups. For Oklahoma, it's going to be Bryce Johnson, leading point scorer. Number 26, Jordan Greenberg. They're going to be joined by defenseman Kevin Zender and Corey Ramsey. And the other forward on that line is Derek Tolka. And between the pipes for the Sooners is going to be the senior, Nick Holmes, number 35. For ASU, the starting lineup: Colin Heckel, the captain, Captain Canada; Burkemper; Ryan Ostertag; Jordan Young; and Eric Rivard rounding out that line. And in between the pipes Contrasting number 35, who got the shutout last night, Robert Levin. Richie, you mentioned in the pregame show, what happened last night versus Central Oklahoma?
Well, they didn't have too good a night. ASU dominated last night, 12-0 victory for them. Robert Levin was in net for the Arizona State Sun Devils, got his 5th shutout of the season. He now leads the ACHA in shutouts, went 21 for 21 in net. And Adam, me and Allie talked about it a little bit. I think the key for Oklahoma here tonight is Robert Levin is used to not seeing a lot of shots on goal. So if Oklahoma can get a little something going offensively and just put shots on net on Robert Levin and make him work, I think that's going to be something interesting to watch. I think that's something that we haven't really seen Robert Levin do, is get a lot of work in net, despite his 94 goals against average.
Which leads the ACHA. On the other end, though, Holmes for Oklahoma. You come in and you look at last night's score, 12-0. ASU put up 3 in the first, 6 in the second, and 3 to cap off the game. What are you thinking? They're putting up these monster numbers, and UCO is currently they're a top 15 team. Oklahoma comes in here at 5. What are you thinking if you're between the pipes?
I think if you're the goalie for Oklahoma, you got to be looking at the fact that back when these teams first played, back a couple months ago in Oklahoma dominated that game. They were leading up until the last minute of that hockey game. Arizona State came back with big goals from Jordan Young, Colin Heckel, and they won it. And I think that's what you got to look for, Oklahoma, is you got to remember how you played in that game and replicate it here again tonight.
Last night, Oklahoma traveled down south to Tucson to take on the Wildcats and came up short in a 5-3 loss to U of A. They are 0-5 against Arizona teams this season. Let's see if they can trump the goose egg and get one here in Tempe. We are about to get underway as all the panels are locked in. Safe ice. Nobody's going to go crashing through the glass. Johnson and Heckel at the draw, and we're underway here in first game of a 2-game series between the Sooners and the Sun Devils, as Oklahoma, looking to work it up, will ice it instead.
You know, I'm going back to last night. Colin Heckel making his return to the lineup. Got 2 goals, almost just missed a hat trick on a breakaway in that third period, going high and wide over the UCO net. And so for Colin Heckel, nice to see him back in the lineup. Such a huge re-addition because, when your captain's in the lineup, so huge.
Both players set. Tilko wins it for the Sooners, and Zender will look to move it ahead. Intercepted at the blue line, dumped immediately back in. Pressure early from Arizona State. Ostertag in there. Quick shot, Heckel right away. Looking to add to last night's total. Sooners up the other way with it. Tolka able to push it ahead. Johnson was looking for it. He's the leading points getter. Now right back to Tilka. Can't get the pass off to Greenberg. He'll skate it into the corner. Heckel comes away with it, able to clear the zone, and it's pulled up by Adams on defense. Moving up quickly, Greenberg still on the ice. Jordan Young sends it around. Adams in from his post. ASU able to clear and get the line change.
Kale Dolinsky on the ice. You got to watch every time he is out there. 53 points on the season for Kale Dolinsky. Had 4 big ones last night, so every time he's on the ice, Oklahoma has to know it.
Danny McCullough brings it up with speed. He has room, puts a shot on it. Just saved by Holmes, deflected, dangerous play early. And sent down by Jones. If he can beat it out, he'll beat out the icing. Great hustle by Bolden, number 19. He still has it down in the corner. Throwing it behind the net. Looking out front, centering feet top. It's Miller a shot. It got all the way through, not on net. And ASU able to clear.
That was a very nice shot by Bolton to touch up in that icing. Again, we talked about that's the kind of stuff they got to do if they want to win. And they created a scoring chance as well on the back end on that shot, but just went wide. If they keep doing that, I think they can hang in there.
Puck tips off a stick and up into the netting of this low ceiling here at Oceanside. Each team will get some fresh legs on the ice. Face-off will be just outside Oklahoma's zone.
Adam, last night, Fez Khan kind of switched lines on us. Going to that third line, it worked out well. He had 2 goals as well last night. Looked very good on that brand new line with McGinty and Sean Murphy. Murphy had 4 points last night as well. Seemed like everybody had 4 points if you were Sun Devil last night.
Yeah, last night was just a night for the stat sheets. Played behind, trying to center it was 27 Dennis. Bucks back. Fez Khan with it, backhanding it, unable to push it ahead. Solorzano at the blue line, dumps it in. And slapped around where Murphy will take a shot, but he's able to clear the zone. Solorzano. Pressure from McGinty, he'll pull back. Murphy causing a little trouble. Now brought up and dumped in. Oklahoma will get a change. Still with possession there. Lively with a shot. He had some space. Good save by Levin. Like you said, tested early. They're looking to get a lot of shots on him. Dealt a shutout last night to Central Oklahoma. Lively centering feed through the slot. Now winding up a shot blocked.
What a block.
In front. Sacrificed the body. That was Ramsey on the shot.
We saw a lot of that from the Sun Devils last night. Me and Dogman talked quite a bit about it. Is how many shots were blocked by ASU last night. It seemed like every time Central Oklahoma tried to get a shot off, there was a Sun Devil right there in the lane blocking it away. And David Jancy right there again, showing the defensive ability of these Sun Devils.
Greenberg pushes ahead to Johnson, the leading point scorer, takes it wide, looking to pull back in, gets it on net. Good stand tall by Levin. Heckel the other way. Freckle now has Burkemper far left, feeds him. Burkemper holds, shoots. Looks like it was tipped up and out of play. Play will be blown dead. So pretty back and forth. Each team with a few scoring opportunities of their own as we have played just over 4 here at Oceanside. Heckel and Johnson at the draw. Heckel wins it out to Levos, who sends it immediately back in. Puck down in the corner. Ostertag working behind. Heckel sends a body into the boards, and it's squirted out. They have numbers if they work. Took a great pressure by Levos. Greenberg, a centering feed, got a piece of it, was Levin, and swiping at it was Adams. Heckel and Burkemper were tripped up. It looks like they had an odd man rush going.
A little bit unlucky there. I thought Heckel and Burkemper were going to go 2-on-1 there, but
clanking skates.
Yep.
Johnson winds up from the blue line and will just send it in so the Sooners can get a change. Miller throwing it ahead. Now Levos behind his own net. Pushed ahead. Norris with it. Gets it in the zone. Holmes behind to play it. Solorzano down low, putting on some fancy moves. Hoban at the blue line, keeping it in. McAuliffe backhands it along behind. Dolinsky. McAuliffe first one there. Solorzano able to keep Hoban. Pulling high, trying to get a shot off. Good defense so far by the Sooners. Thrown around, coming in from his post was Newmeyer. Norris still working down there, and the Sooners are able to get it out. It's a foot race.
Well, you see Troy Hoban back out there for ASU. He's into the lineup for Brett Blomgren, who went out last time.
Here comes Kahn, puts a little move on in the slot, gets taken down, no call. Looking to catch the Sooners off guard.
Well, that was a good defensive play there by the Sooners. I thought it was clean. No penalty there.
Preckle to bring it up to Murphy, who wears Preckle's old number. Murphy and Kahn down in the corner, joined by McGinty. Somebody call Foos. Puck finally comes loose. Williams passes it ahead. Dennis with it now across center ice. He'll skate it in.
Pushes it ahead. Preckle, first one there. Just under 7 played so far in the opening period of the opening game between these two teams. ASU coming in undefeated, unconquered. They've got the number 1 ranked. Oklahoma not far behind with the number 5 rank. Kind of back and forth as Murphy brings it across the blue line. High slot, puts a shot on, trickles by the post. What looked like a harmless shot could have been an early goal. Now the other way, Dennis pulls up, shoots it high off the pad of Levin and up into the netting. And the Goose Eggs will stay with 12:40 to go in the opening period.
Dennis, beautiful opportunity there on the kind of a transition play. Won the puck over in the neutral zone, came in on Levin, and Levin, nice blocker save, and he put it up into the netting as well, making sure that puck doesn't come out in front of the net. Allowing a rebound opportunity for Oklahoma, and so an offense is on faceoff.
Oklahoma doing a good job off the draw tonight. They won the first 3. Now ASU turn it the other way. Jancy sends it ahead. Step it in, keeping it. Chisholm down low. That might be Michael Cummings on the ground. Oklahoma will send it into center ice where Jared Levos will throw it right back in. ASU causing all sorts of trouble. Jancy behind Holmes. Centering feet, nobody was there. And Beam able to throw it off the glass and out. ASU quick to work. They waste no time. Right back at it. Burkemper, high slot, puts a shot on. Missed everything. Beam around behind to Zender. And that puck will be sent all the way up. Temby will be in the lead for the icing, their second icing of the game. Beam will have to stay for the Sooners. Long shift for this Oklahoma Sooners line. 11 and a half to play. Richie, do you expect this to be a physical game to pick up?
Oh yeah, I do. It's a top 5 game in the country. You know the Sooners want to be that team to knock them off, and I think they're going to do anything in their power, as long as this game is close, to kind of keep the Sun Devils at bay, and if they have to get physical to do it, they'll do it.
Quick shot off the draw there by Ostertag. Puck again gets to Holmes. No harm, no foul. And pulling up is Ramsey, and he'll move it along. Beam all the way across to Greenberg. Trying to feed Johnson. He gets it anyways, down in the corner. Pressure from Hoban all the way around behind. Be careful, puck in front. Tolka had a shot at it. Levine is everywhere, standing on his head. Burkemper now with it. He'll pass away from pressure. Newmeyer in his own corner, looking to feed Ostertag. Oklahoma all over it. Johnson now working through the slot. Greenberg backhand center and through the crease. And there's a delayed penalty. It's going to go against ASU. Shot on. They'll touch up. And it's going to be a hooking call. So Oklahoma with the first man advantage of the game. Looking to get that first goal of the game. And the guilty skater will be Chris Burkemper. So Oklahoma with their first power play of the game on a hooking call to Burkemper.
I thought it was a solid call too. Whoever took the shot, I wasn't quite sure who took the shot for Oklahoma, but he went down in a heap and right in front of the referees too, so of course they're going to call it. As for how big this power play is, it's huge. Oklahoma, I feel like, starting to get a little something going offensively over the last couple shifts, and this could really change the momentum of the game if they can get some shots away, some chances.
Good hold by Zender, calling for it. Stouffer sent in, it was tipped in front. Chisholm now in the corner. Stouffer, good keep. Back out high at the blue line. Stouffer skating across, looking Patton. Moving it around. Jones with it. Jones sends one into the body of Levos. Bolden tried to get it. Levos all over him. Bolden out back to Stouffer. Just over a minute left in the man advantage. Stover holds, sends one in off a stick in front and up into the netting.
Nice shot by Jared Levos on that PK right there. Saw him get the stick in there as well as the body. Good shift by him, making sure to keep Oklahoma at bay along the side boards. And when you keep them along the side boards like that, you're not going to give very many good scoring chances.
Eckel and Johnson, big face-off. 1:04 to go in the Burkemper hooking penalty. Great win by Oklahoma to keep it in the offensive zone. Greenberg with it now. Trying to get it back out high. Ramsey unable to keep. Now the other way. Dolinsky and Heckel. That is not a penalty kill unit you want to be around. Those guys jump on the puck. Now Oklahoma looking to work with the last 40. Greenberg first one there. Sends it around behind. Dolinsky unable to clear. Ramsey sends one in low. Never got through to Levin. Miller holds it. Miller's shot high. Easy glove save for Levin.
Going back to this PK of Arizona State. Of the 12 goals last night, 2 came shorthanded thanks to Colin Heckel and Drew Newmeyer. So not a PK you want to face. Maybe it's smarter for a lot of teams to stay off the PK with how dangerous offensively they are.
Good keep by Johnson. They've got 22 to work with. Freckle unable to clear. Sends it in again. Glove save by Levin. Johnson hounding. He's looking for his 39th point.
Johnson was there for the rebound on that one, but nice shot by Robert Levin to glove it down though and make sure not to allow those rebounds. Just like I talked about, you're getting rubber on net of them right now. That's what you want to do. Maybe you're hoping to get that rebound, but so far Robert Levin been very, very good.
They're going to send Heckel. Ostertag will come in. Draw stays in. Quick shot, and they score! With 12 seconds left in the man advantage, the Sooners draw first blood.
Kind of a little deflection there off Robert Levin. Probably should have stopped it. Finds the back of the net, though, and just like I said, Adam, get those shots on net. Get that early lead. That's what they've done. They've capitalized on the penalty there by the Sun Devils, and it's 1-0 with 8:47 to go.
We'll find out who scored the goal here in a second. As the faceoff heads down in Oklahoma zone. They're going to give...
They announced it as Greenberg getting the goal.
So Greenberg gets the goal. Assist from Johnson and Tolka. That's Greenberg's 18th goal on the season, which came with, like I said, just a little bit of time left on the Burkemper hooking penalty, and Oklahoma looking immediately to add to that. Hoban behind, shaking some pressure. Newmeyer. Norris will bring it ahead, far side. A little pressure comes right to Dolinsky, back to Newmeyer. Newmeyer looking to put a move on, shoots! And a nice save, way to stand tall by Holmes. Newmeyer, not sure how he got all the way in.
Great job there by, I don't think that was Newmeyer. I think that
Norris?
was Liam Norris that created his own opportunity there, but boy, what a save that was by Nick Holmes to keep his team with a 1-goal lead.
Kahn looking to center it, found the back of the net, and Oklahoma able to clear the zone. Levos with it now. McGinty, Murphy, and Kahn, the forwards for Arizona State. Murphy looking to bring it up, skates to control, is looking to feed Kahn, but unable to get it to him. Now back behind Zender, will push it ahead. They've got a little room, which quickly closes. Dennis unable to corral. And ASU will work. Preckle across the red line, across the blue. Pulls up. Stood up at the blue line. Now Oklahoma's turn. Stick on the ice. Belongs to Stouffer. Murphy to Jordan Young. He'll pull up. He'll throw one low. Looking to go 5-hole. Tipped up and out of play. Another save by the senior, Nick Holmes.
I gotta say, Adam, I'm very impressed with the defense of the Oklahoma Sooners so far. Last night, it seemed like ASU had room galore. Every time they entered the offensive zone, there was one guy open at all times. But here, especially along the boards, when that puck gets along the boards, Oklahoma, they have 3 guys on them, and that puck gets out of the zone as quickly as possible. But I guess you kind of expect that from the second-ranked defense in the country.
Jordan Young threw one in that looked innocent, but it might have gotten all the way through to Holmes, and Oklahoma clears. Freckle looking for a man. Almost turned over. And Solozano will send it ahead. Bolden with it. Takes a shot from Heckel. Moving it ahead, able to keep there. Miller backhands it. But now it's taken by Freckle. Up to Heckel, who will skate it all the way into the far corner. Looks to throw it in front. Nobody there on the receiving end, and Oklahoma will come up the other way. Miller, pressure from behind. Backhands it ahead. Patton centering feed. Bolden waiting for it. Jones unable to get a shot. Dangerous collision. And there's a Sun Devil down. It's Burkemper. Slow to get up. Look at need a collision as there's another hit down here, and play continues. Burkemper clenching that left leg. Newmeyer sends it down. Dolinsky and McCullough putting on some pressure. Quick backhand. Dolinsky's great save by Holmes. Unable to glove it down, but he was there all over it.
How hard is it to stop that McCullough and Dolinsky connection? What a backhand shot there by Cale Dolinsky. Even better save by Nick Holmes, though.
Greenberg. Johnson has it poke checked away. They had space. Now it's Norris. Norris pulls up, feeding Hoban. Hoban from the faceoff circle sends it in. ASU looking to get that equalizing goal. No call as a couple players are down. And play will be blown dead due to a hand pass with just under 5 to play.
Yeah, ASU wanted a penalty there as Oklahoma defenseman took to the ice, got a spread eagle and tripped up Cale Dolinsky, but they didn't get the call, unfortunately. Probably could have been called a penalty, but we play on.
Johnson, McGinty, they'll both be sent. So Greenberg, Greenberg, Kahn. Oklahoma comes away with it. Big defensive zone face-off win there for the Sooners. Kahn with it now. Has it taken by McKinney. McKinney's able to cause a little trouble as Kahn took a shot from Beam. Puck flipped up. Johnson's down there. Pressure from Temby. McGinty takes his man down. Beam able to get it out high. Sent it immediately by Ramsey. A lot of stick fighting down there. Patton with some room.
Oklahoma's forecheck looking unbelievable right now. Sun Devils kind of don't know what to do with it at this point as they still can't get it out of their own zone.
Livas will finally get some room and push it across to Temby, who finds Kahn, but Kahn unable to advance it. Now the Sooners the other way. Beam from the face-off circle right into the leg of Livas, and Livas sends Beam to the ice. Up right away, centering feed again. That's kind of been simple tactic. Get it in and send it ahead, and it's worked so far. 3.5 to go in the first. Murphy taken down. Now work the other way. Able to keep for a moment. Now it's Dennis. Dennis pulls up. He'll dump it ahead. Jordan Young putting the moves on. Now Jancy has it. He'll dump it for Chisholm in the corner. Up high, Young Across, unable to corral was Preckle. Oklahoma's all over these little touch passes in the neutral zone. Kind of breaking up ASU's rhythm here. Young tried to skate through a couple guys, but Miller got the best of him. Now Jancy feeding Young, quick shot, glove save. How about the glove?
Wow. 2 beautiful glove saves from Nick Holmes already. Best scoring chance of the game by far by the Sun Devils there. Corey Chisholm just got freaking robbed by Nick Holmes. My oh my. Sometimes, that's what it takes to win hockey games, and Nick Holmes keeps playing like that. Sun Devils.
It was a good shot, but a better save.
I think so.
Another good face-off win there for the Sooners. ASU able to stall for a moment. Adams pushes it along behind. Puck dangerously played. Holmes. A lot of close plays from behind the net. Toko will tip it ahead, and we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to go against Oklahoma, a slashing call. As some words are exchanged between Joe Adams and Heckel. And now a little extracurricular activity.
I like it. I like it, Mr. Waltz. Getting a little chippy here as we wind down the first period. Still going at it down below.
Guys are still chirping. So, as far as we know, Joe Adams is going to be in the box for slashing. And ASU, unless it changes, is going to have their first man advantage of the game. Well, Ostertag's headed in.
Yeah, I think actually that was a good call by the refs because came in late, way after the whistle.
Well, there we go.
Kind of gave a little. Oh.
And Greenberg's going in.
Okay. Actually, I like the Ostertag. I kind of like the fact that it's evened up here because sometimes you have the extracurricular stuff and you have the one team who gets the extra penalty and we're in the calls here.
So they're going to get Adams for slashing. Greenberg and Ostertag are both going to get unsportsmanlike conduct. So ASU will still have the man advantage. It'll be 5-on-4 hockey. 2:14 on the game clock.
You know, I think it's important here as well as you kind of see this game start to get a little bit chippy. So the best way the Sun Devils can answer back is score a goal. And their power play is so good. Last night they only got one. I think they had something like 1 for 4 last night on the power play. But
they didn't need as many as they last night. And they're down 1 here. A goal before this first
the face-off. Oh, never mind. I thought it was.
They moved the face-off from out of the zone in, and ASU able to control off the face-off. Dolinsky skating in face-off circle, sends one in, rebound, and Holmes is all over the rebound. Nick Holmes standing tall, keeping it a 1-goal game.
We kind of figured it'd be a goalie battle. That's what it's been, but I don't think many people thought that Nick Holmes would be outplaying Robert Levin, and that's what's happening so far in this hockey game. Nick Holmes, my oh my, probably 3 or 4 great saves already. I mean, if you're the Sun Devils, just keep on what you're doing, though. You're getting good scoring chances. You're getting a lot more scoring chances than Oklahoma is, but Oklahoma just happened to get on the board.
Sooners win the face-off, and they're able to clear down the length of the ice. Smirk with speed. Causing a little trouble. Heckel will bring it up now. Bounces it across from McGinty. He's unable to get it. Stouffer now. Stouffer puts a shot off the glove of Levin. We talked about ASU's penalty kill unit. How about Oklahoma causing some trouble? They burned off 40 seconds. Heckel at the red line will dump it in. It'll throw it all the way on net where Holmes will hold.
Going back to that last scoring chance by Stouffer, kind of had a bounce off the boards. He capitalized on to get that short-handed opportunity, but Robert Levin showing why he's the best goaltender in the ACHA to make a nice save and keep it a 1-goal game.
Smirk Another face-off win for the Sooners. And again, they're able to clear the zone, and they'll get the full-out change. 1 minute to go in the man advantage. Minute 14 in the game. ASU taking their sweet time. Bringing it up, unable to connect on those passes. Icing waved off. And Oklahoma able to clear yet again. 40 to go. Newmeyer to bring it up near side. He'll dump it in, and they're going to call ice. And dangerous play as it took an awkward bounce off the boards and came right through the crease. They're going to blow the play dead. The puck took an awkward bounce off the boards, and they're going to call the icing on ASU. So bringing it all the way back down into their defensive zone. In 43 seconds, we're going to have Allison Cummings on the ice, picking a player of her disposal. It's a wild card. It's always a surprise for us.
To hear what Sun Devils have to say, I think my mic has gone silent.
We have lost Richie. We have lost Richie, but that's all right. I'm the only one you need to hear. So 29 to go in the man advantage. Stouffer and McAuliffe at the draw. McAuliffe wins it. 40 seconds in the game clock. McAuliffe will bring it up, sending it back across to Newmeyer. He's got Norris right ahead of him. Newmeyer will slap it ahead. This time no icing. McAuliffe fans it. And Oklahoma able to clear again. It's only a couple shots on this man advantage as time will expire. Preckle now to bring it up. Sends it ahead. Dumping it Temby. First one there again is Ramsey for Oklahoma. ASU having a really hard time keeping it. 5 seconds to go in the game. The penalty has expired. Sooners will just play with it a little bit before time runs out in this first period. Sooners get one off the stick of Greenberg. ASU 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Richie doesn't have a mic, so I guess I'm going to have to speak for him. We saw a little bit of chippiness there toward the end at that Adams penalty. And pretty back and forth early. Oklahoma with the power play goal with 12 seconds left in their power play. And that right now is the difference maker. At 1-0. Do we have Richie?
No. Well,
there he is.
Hey, am I there? Am I there?
There's Richie.
Hey, folks.
There he is.
Hey, I'm back, everybody.
And we're going to skip the interview with Allison Cummings. We'll get to her next period. So Richie, I mean, after 20, Richie, what do you think?
I thought Oklahoma completely outplayed Arizona State in that first period.
Outplayed them. Outplayed them in what sense? Is it offensive possessions? They were winning most of the face-offs.
Yeah, I mean, they were just winning puck battles galore. I'm having trouble with my mic, ladies and gentlemen. I can't get it right. But anyway, let's talk some hockey, shall we? Oklahoma completely outplayed Arizona State in that period. They looked like they wanted more. They want to beat this -- ranked team in the country, and they're showing why. Winning puck battles. On that last power play chance by ASU, barely any shots on goal. And Arizona State's got to change something. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're not playing well, especially coming after how well they played last night. Very disappointing.
Well, it's like you said earlier. Last night, the room just seemed to be there for the shots. There was space there, and as you've seen now, Oklahoma, they're cutting off those lanes in the slot. They're getting their sticks on the puck, kind of disrupting ASU's rhythm when they like to do those short passes through the middle, those little touch passes through the slot. If you're ASU, do you start dumping and chasing? Are you chipping and charging? Or are you changing the game plan at all?
No. So I feel like if they get away from who they are, which is a forechecking and puck possession team, they're going to end up losing. So I think if they continue to play like they should, I think they're going to, because they're down a goal. And I think they're going to find themselves because they are the number 1 ranked team in the country. I think they're going to prove why over these next 40 minutes because they're going to start showing that heart that we know they can see. They've been down to this team before, a goal, and they came back and won in overtime. And so they know they can beat these guys. And over the next 40 minutes, we'll see if they can go ahead and do that.
Well, after the first period, Oklahoma leads at 1-0. Don't go anywhere. We have our first intermission report. Allison Cummings going to join us with this guy, Richie Flores. I'm Adam Waltz. We'll be right back with our first intermission show. You're watching Sun Devil Hockey.
Think about what you imagine yourself doing. Think about what you want your life to do. Think about what you want your life to mean. What we have constructed for you is an institution that is focused on enabling your dream.
Pretty much anything I imagined being able to do at college, ASU has given me those opportunities and I've taken advantage.
We have a medley of student, staff, and faculty. The size actually works to every student's benefit here because whatever you are, there's a place for you here.
It's a nationally recognized college that has international connections. There's so many opportunities for every single student that comes here.
We're not doing science or business or industry or math without an end goal in sight. We have an end goal in sight and we're working towards it.
You're at the place where there's this intense energy focused on you. ASU is the place where you can come and dream about anything, focus on anything, and move your life forward. If you really want to go to America's fastest, highest energy institution, ASU is the place to go.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
Become the voice for those who don't have one. Be the eyes for those who can't see. Listen to the story for those who can't hear. Explore the world so others can as well. Become a journalist. Start here. ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Your story begins here.
Hello and welcome into the first period intermission show. Right now, the Oklahoma Sooners are up over the Sun Devils by a score of 1-0. I'm Allison Cummings alongside Richie Flores, and Chris, you couldn't get enough of him on the call. He's joining here with me in the intermission show. But Richie, deja vu? I mean, this is exactly how the game in Oklahoma went earlier in the season. Oklahoma had a 1-0 lead the majority of the game in the first period, you know. Minus the jet lag. Arizona State's not playing jet lag, but would you say Oklahoma's winning the period?
Yeah, they are. I mean, they outplayed Arizona State for most of that period. Like I talked to Adam Waltz before he came to us, they're winning those puck battles that Arizona State normally does win. Arizona State is a forechecking team. They like to have that puck control the entire game like we saw last night. They're not doing that tonight. Every time an Arizona State player gets that puck on their stick, there's two Oklahoma Sooners right on top of them to get that puck out of the zone and turn it into an offensive opportunity. And also in that first period, we saw Oklahoma step up. They had one power play chance and they capitalized. Greenberg got the goal for Oklahoma to give them that 1-0 lead. And another thing, Allison, as well, is the play of Nick Holmes. Unbelievable. Arizona State did get 3 or 4 great scoring chances in that first period, but the glove of Nick Holmes was amazing in that first period. And robbed Cale Dolinsky of a goal, robbed, I believe it was Troy Scott of a goal as well. And in a battle of goaltenders like we thought it was going to be, it's happening so far in the first 20.
And you mentioned the power play goal. We had talked about in pregame that one little mistake or one opportunity really can be the difference in this game because both teams incredibly talented. And Arizona State certainly is not used to losing right now. They're used to beating up on teams. They are 24-0, which is by far the best start in franchise history. What are they going to have to do now coming out into the second period?
Well, obviously they missed a chance on that last power play, but what they got to keep doing is they got to stick to Sun Devil hockey. Like I said to Adam, they got to stick to that forechecking, that puck control. If they continue to do that, I think they'll start to find the back of the net because, like I said, they did get some great scoring chances. They just got robbed by a better goaltender, and who knows, maybe in the second 20, it'll be Nick Holmes that makes the mistake instead of Robert Levin, because I don't think Robert Levin, he played very well as well, just the one mistake. And I don't know if we're going to see Oklahoma get on the board anymore. I think it's going to be a very tight next 40 minutes for sure.
Well, to Levin's credit, he did have a lot of pressure applied on him, which is also something they're not exactly used to. But when the floodgates open for Arizona State, they really open. You know, last night they had a 12-0 win over Central Oklahoma, and the Sooners actually lost to the University of Arizona. We talked about that in pregame as well. U of A is ranked number 16. So anyone can win at any given night, but if you're the Sooners, what are you saying to your team right now?
Keep playing the way you're playing, boys. We're playing well. We're beating the number 1 team in the country on the road, up 1-0. And a lot of times you talk about playing on the road is a little bit different than playing at home. And when you play on the road like Oklahoma is, this is the type of game you want to play. A kind of scrappy type of game that frustrates the Sun Devils and to keep the fans out of the game, albeit not very many as we're still on winter break, of course. Yeah. But if the Sun Devils can try and get their fans into the game, start getting some more scoring chances, and put the Oklahoma Sooners back on their heels just a little bit, because Oklahoma, they've got to be feeling good in their locker room right now.
Absolutely, and the Sooners trying to get over that heartbreaker again in Oklahoma. They are so thirsty for this win. I mean, Arizona State says all the time they have that big target on their back. They might as well all stand out there and get it painted right across their back, target, because that's what they have, and the Sooners know that. But we'll see. They're going to come back, take the lead of the Sooners. They're going to open up their floodgates. You know, anything can happen here, but for Richard Flores, I'm Allison Cummings. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Roth, and I'm a senior defender from West Covina, California on the women's soccer team. I am studying biochemistry, and I'm also a member of the Barrett Honors College at ASU. Education gives you like power and knowledge, and with that you can improve the world and stuff, so that's always been important to me. Being a part of the Barrett Honors College, people think you're nerds and crazy, but you know, that's the fun in it. It creates a small sense of community in this large university, and you also have very dedicated professors who want to teach you these critical thinking skills. I have a presidential academic scholarship, so it's one of the top academic scholarships that you can have here at ASU. The scholarship means to me is that somebody actually believes in you and they want you to improve the world. Like, they're giving their money to you to actually get your education to improve the world and come up with solutions for the world's problems. These past 2 summers, I've had an internship at TGen, which is a research institute in downtown Phoenix. Out of 500 applicants, I was actually chosen twice for 2 summers to be part of the 45 Helios Scholars. Once I graduate, I know I want to go into eye health. I'm really passionate about eyes because I've had tons of eye problems. I've had to wear sports goggles my sophomore year playing soccer here, so that's really inspired me to want to go on and help people with their vision.
Imagine what it feels like to be a champion. to have sold-out crowds every game. To know that night in and night out, your team is the best.
1-0 pitch, swung on, and this loop into shallow right field. That'll drop, and the Sun Devils have won it!
We all want to win, but are you willing to do what it takes to get there? Are you willing to make a year-round commitment to being a Sun Devil? Will you be there for us every game, helping us win? Make a difference by joining the Sun Devil Club. It's one thing to be there when history is made, but wouldn't it be great to know you helped make history? One Devil at a time, we all join the club.
Become the voice for those who don't have one. Be the eyes for those who can't see. Listen to the story for those who can't hear. Explore the world so others can as well. Become a journalist. Start here. ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Your story begins here.
Welcome back. It's the start of the second period here. Game one of a two-game series between Arizona State and the University of Oklahoma. The Sooners versus the Sun Devils. Sooners with the early advantage, 1-0 off a power play goal. Jordan Greenberg. ASU looking to get on the board, bounce back. Richie, is this game going to get physical at all? You think ASU's going to pick up the physicality?
It already has, hasn't it? I mean, at the end of the first period, both teams yapping back and forth, chirping, and I think we're going to continue to see that.
But who does that benefit more, the physicality?
You know, I got to go with Oklahoma. I don't think Arizona State is really used to playing that type of physical game because they're so used to playing up with big leads and just smoking teams that they don't need to be physical because they can get by on their talent. But when you start to get physical, it benefits harder working teams, and right now Oklahoma is outworking Arizona State. They look like they want it more, 100%.
Another face-off win as Greenberg feeds it to Tilka, who pushes it along. Heckel with it now. Kept in by Zender, a bouncing puck almost got through to Levin, and dangerous shot there from the blue line. Oklahoma still able to control. Puck loose, confusion. Zender working with Tilka down in the far corner. To the left of Levin. Puck comes loose, looking to center it. In from the blue line, Zender. Throws one in, block, never got through. Echo streaking, he's got room. Ramsey, one man to beat, unable to corral. Centering feed, no Sun Devils there. And it's pushed ahead. Bolden was looking. ASU kind of a late change, and Dolinsky off the bench and directly into the boards. Echo jumping on Tilka, but right away, Coach Powers says no, slow down.
Well, I want to give a call to, I believe that was Corey Ramsey, who was playing defense against Colin Heckel on the last scoring opportunity. All over Colin Heckel. Colin Heckel had no room to make a move. Beautiful job by Corey Ramsey. And again, that's showing what Oklahoma did well in the first period, which is making sure Arizona State does not have room to work in their offensive zone.
Face-off win out to Temby. Levos skates to control and then backhands it along. Adams there. Pressure from Dolinsky. Puck comes loose. Feeding Temby, a shot, rebound in front. Backhand Dolinsky just sails over the right post. And play will be blown dead.
That shows you what happens when you win puck battles along the boards. Kale Dolinsky, beautiful backhand because Alex Temby won the puck battle along the boards there.
Not sure why play was stopped. Maybe the officials felt like they needed to blow the whistle, so play goes on. Temby crunched into the boards. ASU looking to keep again. A quick turnaround shot by Dolinsky. Paul has it at the blue line, and he'll backhand it in. Norris! Center feed to Dolinsky. And guess who's there but the red wall? Nick Holmes.
Cale Dolinsky, he does not miss that very often, does he? You do not leave Cale Dolinsky wide open in front of the crease and not make it, and it doesn't end up in the back of that very often. But Nick Holmes, boy oh boy, my friend, have yourself a first, 22 minutes or so. Keep the Sun Devils off the board.
A third consecutive face-off win for ASU. Kahn in the far corner, working Murphy. McGinty shot, shoots it just past the glove and wide of the net. Down in the far right corner. Comes free. The slot. Up high. Send it in. And looking for the tip was Kahn in front. And the Sooners working up the other way. Intercepted literally by Murphy. And that puck is hit off the skate of Stouffer and up and out of play.
I feel like Arizona State is starting to win more puck battles that they weren't doing in the first period. Right there, a couple of great chances because Arizona State was controlling the puck in the offensive zone and getting some scoring opportunities. If they can continue to do that, Nick Holmes eventually has to seed one. I mean, it's just percentages, really.
Another faceoff win. Hoban across to Murphy. Murphy centering, stolen. And thrown to the corner. Kahn still on the ice, around behind, looking in front for Hoban. But unable to connect. Patton with some speed, and ASU able to get a little room. Murphy will dump it in. Sooners the other way. Patton puts a move on, has Bolden. Bolden turns, shot blocked in front. Thrown across, and unable to hit his man. Ramsey, it's a foot race again. Chisholm was hounding down. Bolden at the red line will dump it in. And Preko will bring it through. Murphy at the blue line, drops off for Chisholm. Chisholm trying to put a move on, get it to the front. It gets there, but there was nothing on it to get past the pad of Holmes. And now played along behind. Murphy will skate to the bench after a long shift. Battle at the red line. Young. ASU wins it. Now they have a 2-on-1 situation. Put a shot on and it was off of Adams and up and out of play. Patrick Udez.
Scoring opportunity wasted there as they kind of get a lucky break and the puck comes free in the neutral zone. Udez goes 2-on-1 with the goaltender and throws it high and wide on a deflection.
And Chisholm was waiting. Echo wins the face-off for ASU. He'll get right back into the corner. Pressure from Solorzano. Kicking out high. Young. Young sends it immediately back in. Echo centering it. Taken down was Burkemper, now the other way. Beam has a man in front. It's McKinney. McKinney unable to get the connection. Working along the near left boards. Beam behind the net. Up top, Solorzano at shot attempt is blocked and up out of play. Sooners were offside as Wiley touched it, diving back into the neutral zone. Just over 4 played in the second period.
It's nice to see an actual entertaining game for once after last night's 12-0 debacle. A very close 1-0 hockey game, pretty much like we thought. Back and forth, both teams getting scoring chances.
Offensive zone face-off for Arizona State will come glove side of Holmes. Ramsey comes away with it. Backhands it along into center ice where Livas will dump it immediately back in. Couple Sooners collided. Greenberg, pressure from McAuliffe. Quick pass, Enos shakes the pressure. Toka now up the left side with speed. Toka drops it for Greenberg. Back to Toka. Still with the puck. Up high, Johnson, high slot, shot. Missed everything. Looked like it might have been deflected in front. Sooners still hold. Dolinsky unable to clear Johnson. Greenberg looking for a second, and there was a lame duck into the glove of Robert Levine.
That was a dangerous play by Arizona State. Cale Dolinsky trying to get the puck out of the zone, turns it right back over to Oklahoma, and a nice scoring opportunity by the Sooners there on the defensive zone turnover by Cale Dolinsky.
Murphy and Williams will face off. Here comes loose Kemby, poking at it, down in the corner. Up high to Jacobs, the captain looking for a tip in front. It was Dennis. Just couldn't get the right angle on the deflection. Another one sent in, padded to the sideboards. Murphy took a shot. Coming free, gets to Levin again. It's on the back of the net. ASU looking to clear. They've had some trouble clearing so far this game. And immediately Oklahoma takes control again. Jacobs shaking McGinty. Brings it up through center ice all the way across. Pushes it ahead to ASU zone. Oklahoma all over it again. Williams able to keep, and they get the change. Pulling high, Dennis holding. Throwing it in. Levin on his stomach, he's able to cover. Miller was the one who threw it in. Oklahoma all over the offensive zone. Might as well set up camp. They've been there this whole second period.
Yeah, Arizona State had a little bit of a surge, but then Oklahoma coming in waves there on that last couple of scoring chances. But the Sun Devils, luckily they have Robert Levin in net because he's made a couple nice saves so far. But the Sun Devils have to get back on offense because that's where they make their money.
Hovind pushing it ahead. Chisholm backhands it up. Scott, who's unable to hold it. Now reaching the zone is Smirk. Smirk sends it in. Play to the back boards. Another one's thrown into the slot. ASU comes away with it. Still unable to clear. Finally swiping at it. A couple touch passes. McKinney will throw it ahead. Smirk looking for his man Lively. ASU behind their own net. Down in the corner. Patton. Wiley. ASU Chisholm trying to get something going, but he stopped. Scott with it now. Scott has it tipped. Chisholm takes a high shot. That's going to be, I thought they were going to call a penalty because Chisholm took a high arm or a high shoulder, but they're going to call a hand pass. Play will be blown dead.
Yeah, I think that was actually a pretty clean hit, just saying a little, hello, hey, I'm here.
Keep your head up. Face off just outside Oklahoma territory. Eckel and Johnson. Sooners with the face-off win. Pushing it ahead, Greenberg throws it into the corner. Breckel backhands it along. Ramsey there, tried to send one in. Young looking to get rid of Tolku, just sandwiches him right into the boards, comes away with it. Puck comes loose to Levin. Another opportunity. Working the fortune. Greenberg there again, causing all sorts of trouble for Breckel. Now up the other way. Burkemper. Great defense by Zender. And Ostertag took a shot.
Once again, every time Arizona State enters the zone, there's an Oklahoma defenseman right on top of them, and Zender with a beautiful stick there to kind of break up an offensive chance.
Eckel takes the helmet off of Zender. So play will be blown dead, and Eckel just waltzed right over him, but it wasn't as graceful. As Zender puts his helmet back on, and since his helmet came off, play blown dead immediately. Offensive zone face-off for ASU.
They're not going to let him play old school, no helmet. If Gordie Howe can do it, why can't some of the Oklahoma Sooners?
They're going to send both of them, so Dolinsky and Holden will come in.
Interesting, too, that came all the way back at the blue line. It was the referee that kicked him out there.
Newmeyer pass on the shot, send it low. Dolinsky No help. Tembe will keep at the point, sends one in high. Glove save by Holmes. Probably the easiest save he'll see all night. A little pitch and catch. Just over 12 to go in the second period.
You know, I'm kind of starting to wonder, Adam, as we approach the halfway point of this hockey game, if Coach Powers doesn't start to mix up the lines a little bit to try and light a fire under his team's belly. I mean, obviously, that top line probably won't be touched. It's been so good, but those bottom three lines, just change up just a little bit and try and get something going.
Dolinsky looking at a quick shot off.
What a keep by Leavox.
Back to Dolinsky, a shot falling down. I don't know how he got that shot off with some speed. McAuliffe unable to corral, and Adams will take it. And he'll flip it high through the neutral zone. ASU looking quick tip just out of the reach of Dolinsky. It seems like every pass has just been a few feet short, a few feet long, just not quite on point. This number 1 ranked Sun Devil team. Now, centering big shot, they score! Fez Khan. I feel bad for the puck. That one was vicious.
That, my friends, is why you win puck battles. Turned over there by Oklahoma in their defensive zone, and the Sun Devils capitalize as Fez Khan answers and ties this one up at 1. A nice feed there as well. Sugas the assist.
Fez Khan. Assisted by Brian McGinty, who caused the turnover, working down on the boards. Like you said, winning those puck battles. And the game is even once again.
And another thing, too, right after that goal, Fez Khan, you can tell this bench got fired up. A game of momentum, it is so often, and Arizona State has it right now. Fez Khan trying to get his boys fired up. Let's see how Oklahoma responds now as they face their first bit of adversity in this hockey game. They've been leading for almost the entire halfway point, and now it's back tied 1-1, and Arizona State has the momentum.
Icing will bring it all the way back down into Arizona territory.
Arizona State.
Arizona State territory.
Arizona State, that's a dollar in the jar.
We mentioned earlier that Oklahoma is 0-5 against Arizona teams. Excuse me, 0-4 against Arizona teams. They lost last night to U of A, 5-3. Looking to get their first win against Arizona State or U of A this season. And they'll win the face-off. Big slap shot deflected. Ramsey at the point sends it in. Greenberg will trade places with Ramsey. Comes loose and it'll be tipped all the way down the ice, where icing will be the call. Just over 10 minutes to play in the second period. Fez Khan made it 1 apiece.
You know, Adam, me and Dominic talked a little bit about it last night. Fez Khan actually has changed lines. He used to play with Colin Heckel on that second line. He's moved to the third line, and it has paid off. 3 goals in 2 nights for Fez Khan. Looking like the Fez Khan of old, if I may say so myself.
The Fez Khan of yester season. As Oklahoma quick to move it ahead. Hogan working on Johnson. Puck loose, and Levine will cover, and Levin, and the net will be dislodged, and now guys are getting a little up close and personal. They're probably not discussing dinner plans for after the game.
But you know they're not. What if they are? Never know.
Well, then we'll see you there.
After party at Portillo's.
Oh, jeez. Don't even get me started. Riley wins it for Oklahoma. Zender from high face-off circle comes loose in front. ASU, good job recovering. Wiley sends one on, another shot, and he's down on the ice. Dolinsky backhanded, unable to corral. Oklahoma keeps. Well, then it's slapped. It's going to be played with a high stick. All right, they won't blow it net. Play continues. Puck, another one sent on Levin. And he covers up nicely.
been a very back and forth game. It seems like it kind of goes in waves. Arizona State will have their 2 or 3 minutes of offensive zone time, and then it flips, and it's 2 or 3 minutes of offensive zone time for Oklahoma, and that's really indicative. I mean, it's a top 5 game, of course, and when it's a top 5 game, you're gonna see a much closer contest than we saw last night, at least.
Udez looking to split the difference, but loses control of the puck. Beam to Wiley, and he's unable to gain the offensive zone, and Chancey's gonna ice it. You better believe that the rest of the ACHA is gonna want to see the outcome of this one. ASU with a target on their back. That was one of the themes last year when they were in a similar position going into the holiday break, turn of the new year. Break number 1. Always talking about that target on their back. Who's going to get him? Who's going to defeat him? Will it be the Sooners? Early face-off win and a keep. And ASU is able to clear to neutral ice. Adams sends it in. Young for ASU is the first one there. Newmeyer on defense. ASU pushing it ahead. Young will bring it up. He's got Jancy far right. He'll collide a little bit with Chisholm. Now the other way. It's Tolk. Throws one in on Levin, and easy glove save for him. Tolka was causing all sorts of trouble. 8:35 to go in the second period. Both teams will go for the full-out change.
Fezcon, Brian McGinty line back out there for Arizona State. The line that just scored the goal. See what they do in their next shift after they just scored.
Another offensive zone keep immediately by Oklahoma. ASU able to move it out this time. Temby picks up the pieces, brings it in on the backhand all the way around. Has it taken away. Hatton will skate up for the Sooners. Across to Bolden. Bolden winds up a huge shot. It was deflected, which took a lot of the pace off it. And Levin able to cover up. Robert Levin came onto this team. We weren't sure who was going to be the starting goalie between him and Joe D'Elia. And goalie coach Teka for ASU has done a fantastic job with this man, who had a big shutout last night. And like you said, at .94 goals against average, the best in the ACHA.
As I like to say, if you're below the Bob Gibson line of 1.12, you're a pretty good goaltender.
You're in pretty good shape.
I don't know how I just turned a baseball reference and referenced it during a hockey game, but I just did, folks.
You just got it. That's Richie for you. That one makes it all the way to Holmes. Miller there in the corner. Off a skate, Oklahoma able to get away from pressure. Heckel looked like he took a stick to the face, no call. Looking, a lot of chippiness down there as Oben able to clear from the pressure. Heckel will bring it up near side with speed. Heckel face-off circles, winds up a huge shot. Hold on to your hats. He was headhunting.
Holy moly. That hurt me.
He shot that with a purpose. And he missed about everything. Except the high glass.
And he almost hit the American flag, too.
Nobody's safe. Norris and Jones at the draw. ASU will win this face-off, and Newmeyer will backhand it in. It'll make its way to Holmes, and he'll wisely cover up. 7 to go in the second period.
Offensive zone face-off for ASU. They haven't had one in a while, it seems like. So let's see what Liam Norris can do here to try and get something going for the Sun Devils. The top line is back out there
for
the Sun Devils.
Sent all the way around. McAuliffe's there.
Captain America!
Captain America. Fanned on that pass, and Oklahoma looking to get a little odd man rush as Patton sends it in. And icing will be the call. A close call. Bolden was right there. Him and Hoban were battling in terms of who has the better hair, but it will be an icing.
You know, last night we talked about some great hair on Central Oklahoma, but I think you're right. I think Bolden might have the better hair there, if you're talking about hair.
I don't know.
I don't know what my fascination with beautiful hockey hair is, but every time I broadcast, it seems like I'm mentioning something.
A lot of what Bolden's got is suppressed in the helmet. I was watching him earlier outside the locker room, and that thing is brutal. You'll lose yourself in that guy.
It's not Murray Lemieux circa 1994, however, which is probably the best hockey hair of all time.
Far corner.
Tweet us in at Cronkite Sports. Best hockey hair of all time.
Best hockey hair of all time. Well, for ASU, it's Hoban. Who's looking? He's got it now. High slot, and he missed. Looking top shelf. Bolden able to clear.
The hair was a little bit of a kind of a road bump there for him. Maybe he didn't get enough on that shot because he had too much lettuce on top of the head there.
Fanned on it. Back to center ice. First one's there. Is Stouffer. Stouffer across the faceoff circle. Drops off for Bolden a shot. Glove save, making it look easy, is Robert Levin. Just under 6 to go in the second period. Still tied at 1 apiece. Fez Khan for ASU. And the only goal of his second period matched Greenberg's from the first period, which was a power play goal. And Oklahoma will have an offensive zone faceoff. McGinty, Williams, nope. In comes Dennis. And a big faceoff win there for ASU if they can keep possession. McGinty comes away with it. Nice little saucer pass to Murphy. Murphy looking to put a move on. His shot was deflected off the back boards, and now up the other way is Dennis. Far right side. Dennis working on Young, gets past them, centering feet in front, and they score! It's Stouffer. Ryan Stouffer, the sophomore forward out of Soonerton, Pennsylvania, breaks the tie once again and gives the Sooners the 1-goal lead with 5.5 to go in the second.
Stouffer wide open in front of the net there. No Sun Devils to be seen as they were caught chasing the puck there, and beautiful backhand goal there by Stouffer to give Oklahoma a 1-goal lead as we wind down in the second period.
Ostertag trying to get a quick shot off, and Richie, you and I say this all the time, the most important shift is the one right after a goal. See how ASU responds, and it's set immediately in by Temby. Bergkemper has pressure from Adams, who's just manhandling him. Eckel has looked to put a little move on, but was stood up by Jacobs, the opposing captain. ASU able to keep again, and the Sooners are able to clear.
I think the Sooners maybe got away with like a little hold or something, as I believe it was McGinty, or maybe I was assuming it was Bergkemper that way down in the corner, but didn't receive a call.
Eckel fighting his way in, unable to keep possession. Chisholm along the board, sends a body. And a quick shot by Temby, got all the way through. Gets it back, sends it in. Oklahoma will throw it down. Vivas pushes it quickly. Chisholm. Old Udez to the left. Udez looking for a rebound. Unable to connect. And up back to Hoban at the red line, and he'll send it immediately back in. Colorzano unable to complete the offensive surge. Pretty high energy hockey happening right now. Udez pulls up. He's got 3 Sooners around him. And they got it. The other way. Shot right into the body of Hoban. Puck still loose in front of a lane. Rebound, looking for another. Puck still underneath him, no whistle. It's underneath Hoban. And it finally comes free to Jancy. Pushes it up into Newmeyer. Levin was on his back. That's when you need one of those aerial cameras to see what really happened. Well, you may never know. McAuliffe puts a shot on and no rebound given by Holmes.
Extracurriculars again. Where are the Sun Devils on this? It took a while for McAuliffe and Dolinsky to get over there to help out their teammate who was going at it with 3 Oklahoma Sooners.
Chancey's taking them all on.
I think that just kind of tells me a little bit about this game. I mean, usually when you see something like that, you got teammates to help you out, but right there, the Sun Devils, lackadaisical, kind of letting their teammate go at it by himself.
Kind of already skating away with disgust and frustration, where Jancy's in the...
I mean, it's such a little thing. Maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but I probably am. But,
you gotta be there to pick your guy up.
Yeah, usually they are, and they're just kind of weird to see that.
Dolinsky battling, unable to keep control, and it's flipped up and out into center ice, where Stouffer, the recent goal scorer, will push it ahead. Hovind took a shot from Williams, and now Newmeyer will bring it up. He's pickpocketing it. Be careful. Just out of the reach of Danny McAuliffe. Icing waved off. McAuliffe tried to backhand it in. Pressure from Zender. Puck is up and in the
puck stuck. Puck stuck.
And we have some extra pushing and shoving. Dolinsky and Ramsey.
Dolinsky and Ramsey have been going at it.
I
was actually just about to mention the play of Corey Ramsey in this game because he has been on Cale Dolinsky for the most of the night, and he's done a very good job at holding him at bay. Corey Ramsey and Cale Dolinsky now are going to get to shout a little more as they go to the penalty box.
Well, now he's completely holding him at bay as they'll find themselves both in the sin bin, and they're going to give them each penalty, no coincidental, so it'll be 4-on-4 hockey, the first time we've seen this all game.
Coincidental minor penalty.
ASU wins the face-off. Young hat. Each player will get a roughing penalty. 4-on-4 hockey. ASU, it's Murphy down in the far corner. Murphy, wow, all sorts of pressure. Adams finally takes it away and pushes it ahead. Bolden will send it in on Levin, who gives up a rebound. No Sooners are there. Now up the other way, lots of ice. Young pulls up, drops, unable to get anything off on it, and the Sooners take it immediately. Levos off the bench, avoids pressure. Young has it stolen. Bolden, nobody there, and he missed wide.
Turnovers, my friend. You cannot do it.
Eyes got real big there for Bolden. So Lozano was slapping McGinty's stick, and ASU doesn't like that there was no call. Murphy was upended. Levos in from his post. Murphy trying to get it loose. Echo will bring it back to center ice. Skating in himself. He's got Johnson holding onto him. Intense hockey, 40 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Pushed up now to Miller. Miller across the red line. Heckel's there. Miller sends it all the way in. Greenberg slaps it. Looks like he got a piece of Levin. Johnson is trying to send it in. It was off a stick and up out of play. 19 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, which has been a minute and 40 of just cutthroat, fast-paced hockey.
If you're watching this at home, ladies and gentlemen, and you are not enjoying what you're seeing, I think you need to go to a doctor and check yourself, because this is probably one of the better games. Maybe since Minot State, you and me were both at the Minot State game. This is very similar to that game in a lot of ways, and kind of a knock them out, drag them down type of hockey game. And Sun Devils are gonna have to find something, dig deep in over the next 20 minutes to win this hockey game. And Oklahoma, I think, kind of showing the game plan, if you will, of how you beat this Arizona State team.
Norris's shot was deflected deflected up and out of play. 40 to go. 2 seconds in the 4-on-4. ASU wins a face-off. McAuliffe will pull back. High wide, shoots it wide of everything. Out immediately is Ramsey. Ramsey across the ice. Greenberg pulls up, throws a shot on high. Off the pads, and now the other way, it's McAuliffe. McAuliffe, he can get a shot up, pulls up slot, throws it low, rebound given. Norris was there, unable to connect. 15 to go. Williams in the corner, Greenberg pickpocketed. McAuliffe wants another one, sends it on, block save by Holmes. 8 seconds remain in the second period. Greenberg will hold, Norris will hold Greenberg, who's holding the puck, and it's a holding battle as time will expire. And just as the first period ended, Oklahoma will retain a 1-goal lead. Each team gets one in the second.
Oh boy. Mic problems, folks. There I am.
So, Richie, I mean, kind of pretty even, I would say. Just like the first period. ASU gets one, then Oklahoma answers back late. So, I mean, what did you like? Who did you like? What kind of stood out to you in that second period?
I mean, it was the defense to me of Oklahoma. Every time Arizona State came into the offensive zone, Oklahoma was all over the puck. And we mentioned, number 21 for Oklahoma. His name escapes me.
Ramsey.
Corey Ramsey, exactly. He was just in the box. He's done a beautiful job defensively, and the whole team has done a beautiful job defensively. And, they keep it up like this, Arizona State is going to find it a tough gig to try and come back in this hockey game. But this is what playoff hockey is going to be all about when they come tournament time. Is games are going to be like this. They're not going to be 9-1 hockey games, and this is the first big test of the season for Arizona State, and I cannot wait to see how they respond in the final 20.
Well, Oklahoma's looking to be the first team to defeat ASU. Trying to give them a 1 in the L column. They got 20 minutes to do it. Don't go anywhere. We got a second period intermission report. Richie and Allie are going to tell you everything you need to know about what's going on and what you need to know going ahead for this third period. I'm Adam Waltz. We got more hockey coming after this. You're watching ASU Hockey.
I think my love of football just comes from the brotherhood that comes along with football. The competitiveness of it. It was a way to get away from reality, I guess, for me. I joined the military right out of high school. I was 18. Me and my best friend and one of my other teammates in high school, we all decided that we were going to join the Marine Corps together. My family has a tradition of military service, so I just felt like it was my time to serve. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, California, Gulf Battery 211, and I was maybe there less than 6 months, and I had already been deployed to Fallujah, Iraq. My first deployment, we went in as infantry unit. And my second deployment, half of us did convoy security for EOD, which is the bomb squad, and the other half shot artillery. I think it did change me as a person. I mean, I think it changes everybody, I matured as a man, and I learned a lot about myself and who I am. And it really made being able to play football and go to school that much more important. When we got back, I ended up playing at COD Junior College in Palm Springs, California. And I played there 1 season. And I got a call from Arizona State offering me a scholarship. It was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, Just being able to get that scholarship was kind of gratification of all my hard work. Pat Tillman, Jeremy Stott. The military tradition here in Arizona State, that's one big reason why I chose to come to ASU. It was just because of how embracing the community was towards veterans. Man, having a scholarship means everything. I mean, education is expensive, and not everybody gets to come to a big university like ASU. Just being able to come here and play football, get your school paid for something you love to do is amazing,
I get to do what I love to do every day, and I see that as nothing but a gift. I think that's a gift that I get to wake up and go play volleyball and go to school, and that's something that I love to do. So in order to kind of say thank you, because I can't really say thank you other than, to succeed and do well, but in order to give back, I go help the community and give my service and do what I need to do in order to give back. And I think that's really the only way I can really express my gratitude for this opportunity to be a student athlete. I'm involved with the Sparky's Tour program where we travel around to different schools around the valley and talk about character, and Sparky is an acronym, so every letter stands for a different part of character. S stands for self-discipline, P stands for positive, A is for active, R is for respect, K is for knowledge, and Y is for yourself. It's awesome. We can show them, it's cool to be a good person, to have good character. We bring Sparky with us, and Sparky steals the show. So it's really a great feeling to see them react to it and to have so much energy and enthusiasm because ASU is coming to their school. My dream was always to play at ASU. I can honestly say I would not want to be anywhere else but part of the Sun Devil family. And I love it here. I love ASU. I love this school, this program. I love it. I love it.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
Welcome into the second period intermission show. I'm Allison Cummings alongside Richard Flores, and there is so much tension in this air. I can smell it. The Oklahoma Sooners up 2-1 over the Sun Devils, and Richie, let's talk about that physicality there first. A lot of it. Both teams very hungry for this win. Arizona State with a huge target. OU felt they deserved that last game. They really want to come and win here today. Explain that.
It's kind of sometimes hockey you can't explain, but I think Oklahoma here is, you can tell they want this hockey game. Last night a letdown for them, and they were had to be very disappointed at last night's loss against U of A. They're not disappointed with how they're playing in this hockey game. Big goal there by Ryan Stauffer to answer back from Fez Khan's goal that tied it up at 1. And Allie, this is the first big test of the season for Arizona State. This last 20 minutes, they have to come out, balls out, be aggressive. Sometimes that means bringing up your defensemen into the offensive zone and giving the other team chances, but you're down a goal. You just got to start throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what happens. I mentioned earlier on in that period to Adam Waltz, I said, look for Coach Powers to shake up the lines and see if that can get them going. I think we might see that here in the third period because whatever's happening right now for Arizona State, it isn't quite working. As right now they're down on shots on goal, 19-16, I do believe, after 2, and 16 shots on goal through 2 periods of play is just a testament to how good this Oklahoma Sooner defense really is.
And you mentioned this being one of the biggest games of the season for Arizona State so far. You can't forget the game against Minot also, another huge test for Arizona State. They came out with the victory there in that one. But this one, for sure. But let's talk about that Fez Khan goal now. Around the first 10 minutes of the period, Fez Khan pulled it through. He was ecstatic. I sat right up there above him. He came back to the bench, thrilled. What went right there?
It was a defensive zone turnover by Oklahoma. The Sun Devils were able to capitalize. Fez Khan got the assist from Brian McGinty on that one. He found the back of the net, and Oklahoma has not made a lot of mistakes like that in this hockey game. And Arizona State is going to have to do that. When they get the puck in the offensive, in the offensive zone, they're going to have to hope that Oklahoma starts to turn the puck over and make more mistakes. And they need to start capitalizing on that because right now Oklahoma isn't making those mistakes. They're playing pretty gosh darn near perfect hockey game, if you ask me.
And one thing you do notice here at Oceanside is when Arizona State scores, a lot of times teams will kind of collapse under the pressure and kind of fall apart, and the floodgates will open. But when Kahn scored, the Sooners did not do that, and Stouffer came back with a crucial goal you had mentioned earlier. But just how crucial was it? Like, coming back to the third period now with the lead, it is a 1-goal lead. Arizona State can certainly come back. So how are they prepping to go back out there?
I think Coach Powers is probably telling them in the locker room, like, right now, trying to light a fire under their butts basically right now and saying, boys, we ain't playing Sun Devil hockey right now.
Yeah.
We don't make these mistakes. Let's get back to what Sun Devil hockey is, and that's getting that puck in the offensive zone and dominating these guys. Be a little bit more physical. Start answering back. I mentioned to Adam Maltz during the call, at one point there was a little physical altercation in front of the net there, in front of the Oklahoma net, and it was David Jancy against 3 Oklahoma Sooners. There were no Sun Devils that came out to help him there, and it's such a little thing, but Arizona State needs to do something to put Oklahoma on their heels. I know I mentioned that again, but give them something to think about because it ain't working right now.
And Jancy's brave. They're taking on 3 guys. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have done that. Would you have done that?
I can take 3 guys.
You can take 3 of Oklahoma guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to send him on the ice. But anyways, I think the physicality is good. I like the physicality in hockey. But again, I want to stress there's a difference between smart physicality and dumb penalties. It hasn't gotten to that stage, but they have to watch it. I think the physicality is good when facing Arizona State. They're not used to teams pushing back. Like I said, they're used to the floodgates opening by now. I mean, they're in the locker room. This is new. A huge test like the Minot game, like you mentioned. But think about head coach Greg Powers now. What does he need to tell his team?
You know, I'm not a coach for a reason. I'm up here for a reason. Coach Powers is a terrific hockey coach. He knows this game probably, better than a lot of people. And, I think it's just a matter of, in that first couple of minutes, testing this Oklahoma Sooner defense, trying to get something going, just any little bit of momentum. Heck, a fight would be a perfect thing to do right now. Actually, I mean, Oklahoma probably isn't going to have any of it, but it's exactly what this team needs to do. They need some energy because they just haven't had it like maybe we saw last night.
Right. For me, more of like a power play opportunity or even a good penalty kill. I agree with what you said. I mean, Powers in there letting them know what they need to do to come out and perform, up to par against the Sooners team. But we'll see what happens here in the third period. For Richie Flores, I'm Allison Cummings. Stay tuned.
How do we educate in a rapidly changing world?
How can we create a sustainable way of life?
How can we teach peace?
Arizona State University. Rise to the challenges before us.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
Imagine what it feels like to be a champion. To have sold-out crowds every game. To know that night in and night out, your team is the best.
1-0 pitch, swung on in this loop into shallow right field. That'll drop, and the Sun Devils have won it!
We all want to win, but are you willing to do what it takes to get there? Are you willing to make a year-round commitment to being a Sun Devil? Will you be there for us every game, helping us win? Make a difference by joining the Sun Devil Club. It's one thing to be there when history is made, but wouldn't it be great to know you helped make history? One Devil at a time, we all join the club.
Minutes separates Arizona State from their first loss of the season. The number 5 ranked Sooners marching in with a 1-goal lead, looking to keep it. Each team got one last period, and look for ASU to come out swinging. That is their style. As we are about to get underway with the opening puck drop, Oklahoma wins it. And they will work, dumping it ahead. And that puck made it to Levin, and he'll cover up.
Is this kind of what you expected, Richie?
I didn't expect the Sun Devils to be losing in this hockey game, that's for sure. 24-0 on the season. But they've been here before against this same Oklahoma Sooner team just a couple months ago, down a goal. So they know how to come back. They know how to do it. It's just a matter of actually doing it over this final 20 minutes.
That pass intended for Burkemper. It's taken immediately by Oklahoma. And if you're Coach Peter Arvanitis for Oklahoma, what's your game plan here?
Exactly what it's been the last 40 minutes. Continue to make sure the Sun Devils are having the hardest time in the world trying to gain the offensive zone, because that's exactly what it's been like.
Eckel with nobody there, puts a move on, shoots, blocked, rebound. Great save by Holmes.
Waited way too long to take that shot. Should have taken it way sooner. Kind of took that shot from a weird angle, and it cost him there.
Levas sends one high off a shoulder. Another rebound given up. Puck still loose. Trying to center it was Ostertag. And couple early chances for ASU. Now the other way, it's Bolden working. He winds up and slaps it right into the skate of Temby. But he's able to gain the offensive zone. Coming in hot was Patton. He's got it now. Upended.
Oh, wait, did we mention his first name is Sennett?
Sennett Patton. If you would like to tweet us any of your Sennett Patton puns when he has the puck, go right ahead. They just may make it on the air.
I like to see some of those. I don't have any, because I'm up here calling. I'm not a comedian.
Sennett Patton, he's been dictating a little bit here. Had a good puck control. Jones.
Not funny.
And Norris. Jones wins the faceoff. Sent immediately in. Patton behind, throws it in the slot. Nobody's there except McAuliffe, and he'll turn it the other way.
Captain America.
McAuliffe drops it off for Temby, but it's broken up, and ASU will have to regroup. Brought up now, Miller. Jones skating it through. Still has it. Bolden high slot, puts a shot blocked. Tolorzano, another shot. Dangerous rebound again.
Jared Levas doing work, blocking back-to-back shots.
Levas keeping the Sun Devils within one. Now the other way, it's McAuliffe.
What a stick there by Solorzano to save a Danny McAuliffe breakaway opportunity.
Bolden right back at it. Pressure from Norris. He loses control quickly. Solorzano will send it in. Levas will stick it up into the netting. Play will be blown dead. Sooners looking to hold on to that 1-goal lead. All they need is one more than ASU to hand them their first loss of the season. Can it be done?
You know, one thing that's important for me is that Oklahoma can't change the way they're playing. They stay on the gas in this one and they get another goal, you're looking at a completely different hockey game. But right now, the Sun Devils, I think they still feel like they're in this hockey game and they can win it. If Oklahoma scores again, that goes away completely. So it's important offenses on face-off here as well.
Williams comes away with it off the draw, keeping it in. Stouffer in the corner. Pushed along, Hovind unable to corral. Zender will send it right back. Newmeyer backhands it. Murphy. McGinty unable to corral, and that's kind of how it's been. Passes just out of the reach of the Sun Devils. Centering attempt comes in front of Levos. They shoot. Ooh, it was Dennis causing all sorts of trouble. He's being a menace there in the slot. Just waiting for it. Williams a shot. Just missed the post. Unable to get it out again. Murphy trying to skate through the defenseman. ASU corrals now. Hobin and Kahn will tip it ahead. ASU to get the change after a long defensive shift.
That's about all ASU could do there. I mean, they were getting beat in every sense of the word on that last offensive opportunity by Oklahoma. Getting a couple good shots away, and that's what they need to keep doing, because if they keep the puck in their offensive zone for 45, 50 seconds, all ASU can do coming back is just dump it in and get a change. If they keep doing that, it's going to be tough for Arizona State to score.
Sooners come away with another own zone face-off. Pushing it up to McKinney. McKinney with some room, sends one on Levos. Picks up the rebound after dropping the glove. 16-13 to go, which has been pretty neck and neck so far this game. It's what you expect between two of the top teams in the nation. Oklahoma 5, ASU with that 1. And the face-off will be stick side of Levin.
How can you forget the name of the #1 goaltender in the nation? Tisk.
Coming away with it is Heckel. He'll push it ahead to Preckle. And now Ostertag will pull back. Backhands it in. Preckle with lots of space. Sends it across. Looking back door. Picking up the pieces quickly was Johnson.
Burkemper was there waiting for the rebound. Had a wide open net, but Oklahoma was able to get a piece of it and close up that passing lane as soon as possible.
Ostertag now. The near boards, pushes it across to Burkemper. Pulls up, loses control. Oklahoma immediately jumps on it. And Greenberg will throw it ahead. Oklahoma to get a line change. Norris joins the Sun Devils on the ice. Passes are continually to be tipped even when nobody's around. Norris has it across, hard pass off the stick of Ostertag. Miller will work with Solizano to bring it up. Temby, his pass intended for Dolinski. Comes all the way down, a little back and forth. Now Patton. It's a foot race with Temby. Temby able to shake pressure. And McAuliffe, Dolinski wide left. Norris streaking up the gut. Trying to center it in. Didn't get through. Norris, quick, one shot. A one-timer there by Levos, and it's be pulling all the way back down. Icing waved off. Another opportunity for ASU, just not quite syncing up. Dolinski.
It's just a matter of inches for the Sun Devils. I mean, just missing the passes, just missing scoring chances. Just little things need to change.
Dolinski in front, and a great save.
Did
it hit the post?
I thought that was post.
The goaltender's best friend, the crossbar. ASU again, nice slide, dropping it off. Newmeyer shot blocked in front. Diving players. Sooners trying to get it out, unable to. Liam Norris down in the corner. Dolinski has it, looking for anybody. There's a player laying down in front of Holmes. How is that not a delay of game call?
Yeah, he was laying right on top of the puck. I mean, that's really textbook delay of game, isn't it not?
It's like the old baby guarding you see when you just lay down in front of the goalie. Wow. Dolinski's going to get sent. And they're going to send Ramsey. So these two have been in this position before. Not sure what the call is. Dolinski definitely for extracurricular. And Dolinski for slashing. But what looked like an obvious delay of game call. Well, we'll wait for the final decision. Each player will get a minor penalty, so we're going to have 4-on-4 again. Just laying on the puck down there.
But the thing about this, though, for ASU, they can't let it affect them. They just got to move on. They didn't call it, so what? Keep playing. Yep, I think we're going to have 4-on-4 here. 4-on-4 earlier, they look pretty decent. Look to the captain, Colin Heckel, to start leading his team here.
And a big face-off win for Heckel. Kahn shoots it, rebound, looking to get his own rebound. Heckel fighting for it, dumps it ahead. It'll be Heckel, Kahn, Preckle, and Young for ASU. As that one's sent all the way down through the neutral zone. Jordan Young will play it ahead.
Like I talked about before, I expected Powers to make some changes on the lines, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Kahn and Heckel back together.
Heckel, a one-man wrecking crew, but the Sooners not allowing a shot to get off. ASU tips it in the neutral zone. Preckle with it through center ice, will skate it himself, and he stood up. Greenberg for Oklahoma will play it back and avoid pressure.
It seems like every time ASU thinks they have a hole to get into the offensive zone, Oklahoma so quick to react and close it up as soon as they see it happen. Great job defensively all night long by the Oklahoma Sooners.
That backhander didn't miss by much off the stick of Smirk. Miller and Zender working on defense. Toka pushes it out. 45 to go in the 4-on-4. Miller will skate it up himself, drops it off. They have a man back door. Stouffer was looking for another rebound. Had an opportunity to make it a 2-goal game. Miller from high blue line. Shot never got through, and ASU able to get it. And we're going to have an interference call on number 18, Stan Smirk. A sophomore is going to head to the sin bin, so it's going to be 4-on-3 for 24.
The one thing that the Sun Devils are going to miss here, Kale Dolinski's in the box for 24 seconds. And it doesn't seem like much, but 24 seconds of Kale Dolinski is better than anything in the nation. So, kind of a little bit of a bad break for the Sun Devils, but a huge break in the other way because they're going to have about a minute and 40 seconds or so of power play on the back end, which is exactly where they want to be.
That face-off is shot high into the neutral zone. Gotta work quick. 4-on-3, 18 seconds and counting.
We talked about spacing all night for the Sun Devils. They finally have it now with a lot of ice to work with. Let's see if they can kind of make that to their advantage.
5 seconds of 4-on-3. Young, high slot, skates it in, looking for room across. Murphy shoots, rebound. Nobody there. Out. Ramsey and Dolinski each come out of the box. 5-on-4. ASU will be on the man advantage for a minute 30. Heckel sends it across. Young to McGinty. McGinty down to Dolinski. Dolinski looking for anything off the stick of McGinty, who was looking one time. Young holding. Heckel without a stick. Shooting. And we're going to have another delayed penalty. Dolinski's in the middle of it again with Ramsey. These two do not like each other.
Adam, this is just the first game of a 2-game series. Can you imagine what's going to happen tomorrow?
Well, if an opportunity ever showed itself, now's the time. As Bryce Johnson will be sent to the sin bin.
Some people don't think there are hockey gods, but the hockey gods have to be looking at this and going, maybe like the Sun Devils, because we haven't seen a lot of penalties all night long, and all of a sudden, Arizona State, 5-on-3 for the next minute and 12 seconds. Coach Powers calling a big timeout here, and Adam, I think this is the hockey game right here. This is their best chance of the hockey game to try and get this game tied. They have the momentum right now.
And they're going to have a minute 12 of 5-on-3. A minute 12.
And again, this is a team who's one of the best in the nation on the power play.
But you got to convert.
Exactly.
Oklahoma's coming here on your home ice, and they've taken over. They've got the 1-goal lead. The penalty was on Johnson. It'll be a slashing call on Johnson. So ASU out of a timeout early. It'll be Heckel, Norris, Dolinski, Young, and McAuliffe. The 5 for ASU. Now who to put out there for the Sooners? Adams, Greenberg, and the captain Jacobs. Big face-off.
You know, if I'm a Sun Devils, you know, you don't see it too often, but I want to see Colin Heckel go straight to that net and get in front of the goaltender, Nick Holmes.
Face-off.
Screen him as best you can.
Dolinsky, far corner. He'll skate on the face-off circle. Norris with it now. Norris up high to Heckel. Young. To McAuliffe. Young again. They have their forehands. They'll switch now, so their blades are in the center. Looking back door for McAuliffe. Heckel retains possession. 45 on the 5-on-3. Young, Heckel, one-timer, shoots it. And that one goes all the way around and out of play. Sooners able to change. 35 to go on the 5-on-3. Tolka, Zender, and Ramsey out for the Sooners now. Heckel skates it in. Unable to keep. Ramsey backhands it. Sloppy play there by the captain. 20 to go on the 5-on-3. Young skates it up. Pulls it up at the blue line. He'll just skate it around. 10 to work with. Young. Only one real shot opportunity. Dolinsky back high to Norris. Norris across Heckel. Skates to control. Shoots, but it's Zender who gets a body on it. 45 on 5-on-4 now. Looking back door. Puck loose in front, and Holmes covers it up. Swarming them. Red Sea style. 41 seconds.
That's an apt description of the Oklahoma Sooners tonight, I do believe. Jeff Cheka to our right kept calling for shots, and didn't get very many.
41 seconds to go in the man advantage. ASU trying to get rid of that goose egg on the power play stat. They only had one power play goal out of 12 last night against Central Oklahoma. And we're past halfway of this third period. Preckle pushes it ahead to Newmeyer. Up to Murphy. Drop pass. Ostertag will pull up and he meets Greenberg. Murphy able to get it ahead. Newmeyer just out of the reach. And Jacobs will send it along, trying to clear. Ostertag keeps. McGinty down in the corner, pushes it behind Holmes. Newmeyer to Murphy. Very slow, patient as the penalty will expire. Send one in. Newmeyer rebound. No Sun Devils in the area, and the Sooners get away with them. Not the other way. It's Johnson. Johnson looking, puts a shot on, saved by Levin. Wow.
This game has been fun. Boy, oh boy.
What could have been, what should have been, and what wasn't for that power play surge for ASU. It's not enough shots, and the Sooners get it back to full strength with just over 9 to play.
It was Ryan Stauffer that found the wide open. I believe it was number 90, if I was correct in that.
Johnson.
Yeah, Ian Johnson.
Johnson.
Bryce Johnson, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Stretch pass intercepted, but Dolinsky gets it right back. He'll skate it ahead. Pickpocketed. Throws it in. Looking was McAuliffe. Sent in again. A great try there by ASU. Dolinsky hammered along the boards. No call. Bolden pushes it ahead. Unable to clear. Dolinsky again in the corner. Moving. Norris has it. Pulls up. Great forecheck by the Sooners. Getting real physical. Johnson muscling that puck out of the zone. Pushing it up. Levos looking to put a move on. He gets upended. Sooners with it now. It's Bolden putting on the deke moves. And he gets it right back. Took a shot from McAuliffe. McAuliffe now, they have some space. McAuliffe looking, throws it on. Chest high. No rebound from Holmes.
Good job by Danny McAuliffe to throw the body around there. Come up with the puck in the neutral zone and get a shot away and give ASU an offensive zone face-off. 7:56 to go.
Gets it, Lowry. Jancy wins the face-off. Young with room, trying to center it in. Still unable to get a shot off, and the Sooners up the other way. Pickpocketed, and Young gets it back. Throws it all the way down. A little back and forth as that puck makes its way to Levos. Keep saying Levos.
Levin.
It's Levin. It's not even the right guy. To Levin.
Anyway, going back to the last chance by Arizona State again. Oklahoma kind of crashing down in their own goaltender, not giving Arizona State any room to maneuver in front of the net. And that's really been the game plan for Oklahoma, and they've done it to perfection so far.
And the head official is going to talk to Coach Arvanitis. Not sure what about. It'll be Johnson Heckel at the face-off circle. Keep an eye on the clock. 7:37 to go. Sooners looking to hand the top-ranked Sun Devil team their first loss of the season. Freckle, pressure by Tolko's all over him and then some. Like white on rice, and that puck's tipped up high into the netting. Play blown dead.
You know, it's still a lot of game left, but if this is Arizona State's first loss, can I say it's almost good for them to finally get it off their shoulders and get that first loss out of the way so they don't have that pressure of being undefeated for the rest of the season, trying to go after that, so they can just go play hockey, get themselves ready for the national tournament?
I'm sure that's not what they're thinking. They're looking to get this W either way. Pushing it ahead, Ramsey swipes at it. Heckel grabs it. Puck comes loose to Johnson. Up through center ice, backhands it along to Greenberg. Levos lay a body into him. Johnson with room, trying to put the dangle on, but it's a no-go. Up the other way with it now, Temby, who just had that nice defensive play. And Jacobs for the Sooners will push it along. Ramsey able to keep with the Sun Devils. Puck makes its way to Holmes, and he covers up as Heckel is right there with him.
Hopefully Arizona State gets something going as my mic is broken.
6:41. McGinty's going to take the draw for ASU against Zender. McGinty wins it, kicked out high to Temby. Temby, puck tipped in. Murphy let it go, but it wasn't on net. And it's played to center ice, off of boards, and into Arizona State territory. Overskating it was Temby. And ASU looking to get back in the offensive mindset. They had that 5-on-3 for 1:12. Only 2 scoring opportunities. Well, 2 shots. Only 1 real opportunity. McGinty taking it himself, throws it on. There was a rebound, but no Sun Devils there. Again, Kahn. Pressure from Solizano. Kahn again. Backhands it ahead. Murphy immediately hit. And hit again. Somehow he still had some control of that puck, and Solizano sends it in. Sooners keeping the pressure on. Wiley throws it in front, and McKinney was there with space but couldn't get a handle on it. Now McAuliffe has it. Wide right, pulls it in, poke check from behind. ASU will backtrack. Freckle. McAuliffe tips it ahead. Ramsey's first one there. Gets it. Dolinsky turns, and he had an opportunity, just missed the net. Right place, right time. Another one sent in front. Swiping at it, looking for a rebound was McAuliffe, who lost his stick. Still with it is Dolinsky. Grinding it out, under 5. Pressed up along the boards. Finally comes loose to Beam
unable to clear. Norris has it. Tips it ahead, but right to a Sooner, and it's thrown immediately off the low ceiling. Play will be blown dead. No change for Oklahoma.
Nope.
Big face-off here as Oklahoma will take a timeout. Very smart timeout by Oklahoma, which will allow them to get a line change. We got Richie.
I don't think so.
He's around here somewhere. Running some errand, checking some stuff out. Your ASU right now, you're looking for one to equal it up. The goaltenders have been virtually flawless all night. For Oklahoma, the senior Nick Holmes. For ASU, Robert Levin.
Wait,
am I here? 35.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to the
Hey,
booth.
everybody.
Welcome back to the booth, Richie.
I had to run and get some Tim Hortons coffee all the way back at Choppy.com Arena.
Johnson and Heckel, another face-off. Heckel on the ground, trying to keep it. Gets it, puck sent right in front of the crease, and Greenberg will pick it up the other way. Heckel will slow it down. Moving it is Jordan Young. Heckel called for it. Those stretch passes. Heckel upended, no call. He's getting stood on, and play continues on this side of the ice. Icing is the call. ASU will have an offensive zone face-off, just over 4 to play. The longest 4 minutes of the Oklahoma Sooner season.
I can feel the tension. Boy, the crowd here, usually a pretty solid crowd here at Arizona State games, they start to get loud. Nothing. Pretty much silent at this point. Sun Devils getting some chances, but just missed. Like, you go back to that Dolinsky shot on the backhand, just missing wide. It's just one of those nights where it's just like, it's there, but it's not. And you can feel it, just missing.
Scott holding low. Norris unable to keep it, and it's sent high and up into the rafters by Greenberg.
ASU bench calling out that Oklahoma's tired.
Maybe trying to get into their heads, get their guys pumped up. Will be Norris at the draw for ASU. Sooners able to clear the zone. Greenberg had the first goal of the game, putting the pressure on. ASU shakes it. Up the other way, intercepted neutral zone by Miller. He's got Greenberg, 3-on-2. Johnson, high slot, and it just went past Levin. Played in, thrown behind Levin again. Temby shaking a little pressure. Kahn with it now. Kahn across the red line, and he'll throw it into the zone. Stick down by Miller. He keeps it control. He'll skate it all the way. Rolling puck will call for an icing. Oklahoma doesn't like it. It might have tipped a stick at center ice. Officials will talk about it. And they're going to call off the icing and bring the face-off into the ASU zone. Just over 3 to go.
Not something you usually see called. You don't usually see the referees. Give credit to them, though. I think they made the right call there. But usually on stuff like that, they stick to their guns and they overturn it there. A little bit of a bad break for ASU because offensive zone face-off, no more.
Big face-off. ASU comes away with it. Freckle along the boards. Dolinsky fighting. Sooners able to keep. It's Patton. ASU takes it away. Norris now up to McAuliffe. McAuliffe with speed, throws it low, rebound to the backboards, and crashing into the net. Holmes was pushed backwards, the net's dislodged, play blown dead.
Very, very good job by Nick Holmes to take that puck and deflect it behind him. Get it out of those scoring areas in front, because you ain't going to score from behind the net very often unless you're probably like Pavel Datsyuk or Sidney Crosby and you have like magic dust on your stick.
Face-off will be brought outside of Sooners territory. It'll be Williams and Norris. McAuliffe will get it off the draw and backhanded in. Every face-off now is just as critical as the last. Down in the corner, it's a scrum for it. Coming away with it is Dennis. Hill pushing along the board. Stouffer upended, no call. ASU out of their own zone, and Sooners slap it right back in on net. 2:20 to go. Jordan Young, pass for Norris, pressure by Greenberg. Norris backhands it ahead. McAuliffe and Dolinsky on the surge.
Keep an eye out for Robert Levin. Arizona State can get some offensive zone time. Robert Levin will be leaving to try and give the Sun Devils a man advantage. 6-on-5. Ain't gonna happen though if you have it in your own zone.
Rivas just kicked it away. Solorzano keeps at the blue line. Burkemper will skate it ahead. Sends it into the corner. Ostertag there. Heckel, one-time swipe up off the body. Keep an eye on Levin. Puck still behind in the Sooners territory. Slapping at us Miller. It'll come all the way down. A minute 30, icing waved off. Temby up to Heckel. Burkemper unable to keep. And it's sent in immediately. Here comes Levin. Empty net for the Sun Devils. An extra attacker, it's McGinty. Rivas will pull back 1 minute. 1 minute for an undefeated season, and Stouffer has it. Pushes it ahead. It's a foot race, dueling 23s. Icing is the call. Wow, saved by the whistle, ASU. Close call, close as ever. 57 to go.
I think Coach Powers already used his timeout, so he can't call one here. Normally you would see a timeout in this situation, try to draw something out, but it's already gone, so that's out the window. It's up to that top line.
Big face-off, one there by Ramsey, upended, no call, centering feed, and nobody was there. Heckel will have to retreat. 50 to go. Young, get across, McAuliffe will skate it in. Dolinsky shot, tough angle, rebound, looked in front. Holmes might be on it, no whistle, puck's underneath, and play finally blown dead.
My oh my. What a scoring chance there for the Sun Devils. But it's been that kind of a night for them. Not quite enough puck luck. Red jerseys galore right in front of their goaltender there, and no room to work for Arizona State.
Empty net for the Sun Devils. McGinty at the draw against Johnson. Biggest face-off of the night right here. 35 on the clock. McGinty trying to muscle, and ASU comes away with it. McAuliffe, Norris, McGinty down in the corner. Behind the net, looking to wrap around. Puck jumps up, it's just a sea of red, and now Greenberg with plenty of space throws it in, and an empty net goal will seal it. The Sooners will march in to Tempe, Arizona after losing last night in Tucson, and they will hand Arizona State their first loss of the season. Hard-fought game, and when 19 seconds left. Greenberg, his second of the game. He started it with a goal, and he'll end it with a goal.
Oklahoma Sooners, I have to give a call to them. I did not think they were going to come into this hockey game and play this well. They look like the number 5 team in the country, if not better. They're going to get a huge upset here. And what has been a terrific hockey game. And
one last surge of hope as that shot goes in, and ASU puck right in front of the net. Still not going their way as the Sooners, their first win against an Arizona team this season, and it comes in dramatic fashion, and it also comes against an undefeated ASU squad. And the handshake will be sweet for one. These teams will meet tomorrow. Greenberg with 2 goals for the Sooners. Kahn with the lone goal for ASU. And Richie, whoa, what a game. Game for the ages. Sent a buzz around the ACHA. We're going to send it down to Allison Cummings here in a minute. But right now, ASU stunned at home. It was a night of just not quite enough. Like Richie said earlier, a game of inches. Things just weren't quite connecting, and we're going to have Allison Cummings right now with Coach Powers. All right. Coach is joining Allison. All right, let's send it down to Allie.
Coach, you suffered your first loss here tonight. What are your biggest takeaways?
Hey, look, we just couldn't put the puck in the net, and they played a good game. Oklahoma came out with a good game plan. They really clogged up the neutral zone. Our transition was pretty slow. We just didn't have it, and it's the game. It's hockey. I'm excited to see how our guys will bounce back after a loss tomorrow, and we'll come back. We'll be ready to go.
So what's the plan for tomorrow? Are things going to change at all?
Well, I think we're going to make some adjustments and changes. You have to after you lose, but hats off to Oklahoma. They beat us, and that's just the way it is, and we'll come back stronger tomorrow.
And Oklahoma is very strong defensively. How are you going to prep for that tomorrow?
They are. They're very good defensively, and Nick Holmes is a hell of a goalie. He's had our number for 4 years now. I can't wait till he graduates. And the kid made some big saves there. I mean, we came right out in the third, got a breakaway, had a 5-on-3. We had our chances. We just didn't bury him, and it could have easily been a 2-2 game. We just didn't get it done.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Allie. Well, Coach said it, missed opportunities. They had a minute 12 of 5-on-3. Richie, what did you see? I mean, it wasn't a bad game. It was just almost not quite enough. And Oklahoma came in and they played a great game, and got to give the hats off to them. And they're gonna face again tomorrow. So what are your thoughts on the game and going forward?
First off, just as a hockey fan, you're watching this and you're going, wow, this one was fun to watch. Unfortunately, if you're a Sun Devil fan, a little less more fun, but I still had fun calling the game. And, Coach mentioned it, Nick Holmes. Congratulations to him. He played an incredible game, and I want to go all the way back to the first period. Cal Dolinski had an opportunity in front of the net on a backhand shot, and Nick Holmes gloved it out of midair, and that was really the hockey game for me. Really, the entire game was just, like Coach Powers talked about, just missing it just by that little much. And the game of hockey, usually refer to like maybe football or soccer, game of inches, but tonight it was a game of inches here at Oceanside Ice Arena as the Sun Devils go down for the first time in 2013-2014.
Allie asked Coach, do you think he's going to make any changes, any drastic line changes, and do you think we're going to see Levin again in net?
I want to see Levin back out there for sure. This was not his fault in the hockey game. I think it was just a beautifully played hockey game by the Oklahoma Sooners. All credit goes to them. Arizona State played an entire 60 minutes. They played tough. They got a lot of good scoring chances. They just couldn't bury it. And they'll get back at it tomorrow night, right back here on the Walter Cronkite Sports Network. And I think we're going to see a team hungry to get back on the board. And because lose your first game of the season, you're disappointed, but they got to get over it. Right back at it tomorrow in the game of hockey. That's what you got to do.
Well, the Sooners came in and they showed this ASU squad is indeed human. ASU's first loss of the season, their record is now 24-1-0. They'll play again tomorrow in game 2 of this 2-game series. You can catch it here at 7:30. Richie and I are both going to be here. It should be, if tonight was any foreshadowing to tomorrow, it should be one great game. And that's going to do it for us here in the booth. Richie and Allie are going to come on for your post-game report. I'm Adam Waltz. Thanks for hanging with us. Catch ASU tomorrow. Like I said, 7:30. You've been watching the Walter Cronkite Sports Network. The Zamboni rolls on here at Oceanside. We'll see you next time.
Arizona State, home to some of the brightest, boldest, and best journalism students in the country. At the Cronkite School, well, there's not much more you could ask for. Yet one thing has been missing, until now. Months of preparation have a group of students on the brink of something big. They're taking sports, and they're doing them in a way that haven't been done here before. Live. This January, Cronkite Sports Live hits the airwaves. You're gonna want to see this.
My love for football, it comes from playing in the street as a kid growing up and just seeing how football, always kept me from going to the bad side in life and doing all the bad things that my cousins did. I'm from a rough neighborhood in Long Beach, California, where Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Nate Dogg, all those guys talk about, 21st and Lewis, that's the actual street that I lived on and grew up on, and just seeing the things that went down on that street and in that neighborhood, the gang violence, the drugs, not knowing where I'm gonna lay my head at some nights, not knowing if food is gonna be for sure, or seeing how easily it could have been for me to slip through the cracks and just give it up and just say, man, I'm done with all this stuff. But at the time, it was just something that just told me, don't go down that path. Your life is set to be way better than what it was dealt. It is like a fairy tale just to be here, and I just appreciate it, and I never take a day for granted. I don't take a class for granted, a free book for granted. The way the Sun Devil family has looked out for me and have really cared about me, not just on the field but off the field, and it's something I'll never forget, and every time I put on that Sun Devil uniform, I put it on with great appreciation.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
A heartbreak here in Tempe for the Arizona State Sun Devils, suffering their very first loss of the season. They are now 24-1. I'm Allison Cummings alongside Richie Flores. And the first thing that you really just can't ignore, with all of the opportunities that ASU had, they did not capitalize. Coach Powers was telling me that a few minutes ago, but it's true. Arizona State did dominate the shot count. How did they miss it?
I mentioned it before, you look at the goaltender for Oklahoma, he had an incredible night tonight, but, I have to kind of disagree with you a little bit. I don't think they really dominated the shot count. I think they just barely beat them. It was just, like I told them, it was just kind of a game of inches tonight. They were there and they just missed it. Again, going back to the third period, 5-on-3, about 13 minutes or so into that third period for 1 minute and 15 seconds. They got some shots away, but they couldn't find the back of the net. Sometimes that's how it's going to go, and that's how it went for Arizona State tonight. It ended up in the L column.
And you brought up the 5-on-3 opportunity, a huge chance for Arizona State, where I was sitting, I could hear Danny McAuliffe say, this is it, we have to do it right now, because that was their opportunity, and it didn't work for it. Do you think that deflated their momentum at all?
It did. Look, 5-on-3, usually you have all the momentum on your favor. And when you kill it off, you get even more of a momentum swing in your direction. That's what we saw. Oklahoma played a beautiful defensive hockey game here tonight. And really, they have showed the entire ACHA how you play against these Arizona State Sun Devils. Just continue. Every time Arizona State got the puck and they tried to enter the zone, 2 Oklahoma Sooners were right on top of them. They made sure that Arizona State had a heck of a time getting any shots, getting any offensive zone time. And I think a lot of times I like to see that in hockey games, is making sure that if you're as a defensive game plan, you make it as hard as possible for the other team to enter the offensive zone. Because if they can't get in the offensive zone cleanly, you ain't going to get any good shots away or any good scoring chances.
You really did hit it on the head there, and the Sooners have outstanding defense. They did a great job facing Arizona State. They were physical, they kept the momentum up, they kept their confidence level up. They didn't let it get in their heads when FezCon scored. A lot of power to them for that, but going into tomorrow's game, they're going to have to readjust. Arizona State's going to be fired up for their first loss. So they're going to come out strong, or are they going to come out just as confident as tonight?
I think it's going to be interesting for Oklahoma, more on them, because now they're riding high. They just beat the number 1 team in the nation. They're having a great night, but tomorrow night they need to make sure that, hey, we're right back at it tomorrow. Let's do it twice. What's better than beating the number 1 team in the nation once, beating them twice? And I think all the momentum is on their side going into tomorrow. And like I said here tonight, that first period is going to be pretty key. It was key here tonight. Oklahoma got on top 1-0, and that set the tone for the entire 60 minutes. So if Arizona State wants to get back in the W column and get their 25th win of the season, it's the first 20 minutes I'm going to be looking at. I always look at the first 20 minutes because that sets the tone for the hockey game, but Arizona State has to come out strong tomorrow and set the tone.
And getting the first goal really is huge. It makes a huge difference, momentum like you just mentioned. But I think the Sooners all owe Holmes some dinner after that performance.
Oh yeah, heck, I'll even buy him dinner. My goodness, what a game he had.
But you just said you're going to fight them last intermission show. You were going to fight them, now you're going to get them dinner?
Well, why not? I mean, they just beat the number 1 team in the country, right? I mean, heck, why not?
I know. Well, I can see you're
I'm not gonna give him my credit card. I'm gonna leave right now. So good night, everybody.
You have a watch.
What?
You're not allowed to leave yet. We're not done.
Oh.
But anyway, another person who deserves some dinner is Robert Levin. Arizona State didn't win, but he made some fantastic saves. He was certainly pressured throughout the entire game. I mean, he's proven to be a very calm, very outstanding goaltender. He's had some NCAA Division I offers, so that's really neat. But now you're Arizona State. What are you going to do tomorrow?
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, Adam asked me if we were going to see Robert Levin back in net tomorrow, and I hope we do. He played a pretty good hockey game. You know, that first goal he allowed was kind of a weak one. It was kind of a weird deflection off of his blocker that ended up in the back of the net. And, you know, he played a very good hockey game here tonight, and I hope we see him again tomorrow. If he's the number 1 goaltender in the nation, I think that's your best shot at getting another victory.
Right. Well, regardless, Joe D'Elia is number 2 on the list with Ben coming off of 2 nights. He got a lot of work here tonight, so it wouldn't shock me to see D'Elia. In fact, he's just as outstanding of a goaltender, but Holmes is also very strong. Will he be back in net tomorrow?
Nick Holmes will be back in net tomorrow. He really won the game along with his defense here this evening, and I was very impressed with Nick Holmes. I mean, I think he's a top 10 goaltender in the country. His goals against average is going to drop below 2 after this one, and like I said, I mean, riding high, a lot of times it's your goaltender that wins you hockey games, and he sure as heck did it tonight.
So it's safe to say that Nick Holmes is the MVP of the game. I think you'd agree with me with that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, even pulling the goaltender, Arizona State. Heartbreak here in Tempe, but don't forget the goal is the national championship for the Sun Devils, not staying undefeated, so they can't forget that. But that'll do it for the post-game show. For Richard Flores, I'm Allison Cummings. Thanks for watching, and good night.